Started his footy career with Tracy Village, played a couple of years with Tracy Village and went down south and then came back again. And Aaron Motlop had seen him play down there or heard of him playing down there, rung him up as he was making his mind up whether he was going to go back to Darwin where he played as a junior or whether he goes somewhere else. Aaron gave him a call and said, come to Wanderers. He has been very good.
He's been in fine form.
Last week, 28 possessions. He had more than anyone else in the Wanderers team. He was just terrific.
And he's been running around in Div 1, Charlie. And the other one is Brodie Newman as well. He just, once him and Ed Simpson come back into the team for Wanderers, I think that really squared them up. But yeah, I think they got too much class across the board.
Sheila Beer as well. Nick, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I have to agree. Wanderers, they're playing red hot footy at the moment. They're not quite at the standard of, like your Nightcliff or whatnot, but I mean, they're playing really good, consistent footy, and you just feel as though they're going to get better and better as the season goes on, don't you? But I mean, one player that really stands out for mine is young Lloyd Johnson. He's been outstanding this year, and I love watching him play. He's so exciting, Charlie.
He is.
And I was actually, I'm pretty good mates with Marty Rowland. Now, Marty Rowland was my old boss when I was 20, and he's actually on the board of the Gold Coast Suns. And I sent him a text on Sunday and I said, gee whiz, I really hope you guys are watching this kid play because he can seriously play. I mean, he's tall, he's athletic, he's lightning quick, and he really sets them up moving forward. He's unbelievable.
He's like Mitchell. They're twins out there, aren't they? They're just so similar in the way they play, Charlie, that we've spoken about him, just the way he plays the game, especially from half-back. He takes everything on. He takes the game on.
Yep. And I think Daniel Clee was talking about that. He said, I read the play well because I back that back six to win the ball and to run it wide. So we'll go there looking for.
All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TIO Stadium, the Towards Zero Road Safety Round 8. And you'll notice the captains, as they do the toss, and Wanderers win the toss. They're both wearing zeros today in support of that message, and the players will be wearing the yellow armbands.
At the moment, so yeah, looking forward to watching them in full assault today.
In talking about Warwick Williams, I think he's in Nichols medal form too. Yeah, I think he's right up there.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
Playing absolutely brilliantly, Charlie.
Yeah, brilliant player. There's no doubt. Oh, there's a few. It's early to be talking Nichols medal, but boy, gee, there's a few that are popping.
Lock it in now, Charlie. Lock it in now. Well, you heard it here first.
I'll just see. I'll see who's leading the ABC Player of the Year. Brodie Carroll from Waratahs. He's been terrific. So he's got 11 votes. Mitchell Taylor Wanderers 6. Michael Bowden Southern District 6. Dean Staunton Southern District 5. Jonathan Ross 5. Nate Paredes from Saints 4. Eric Guthrie from Palmerston 4. And Ryan Nyhouse, who got 3 on the weekend for Nightcliff, has got 4 as well. They don't give you the full. They don't give you the full thing. But the week by week, I want to see.
Oh, the week, yeah, okay. Well, you're the boss. You tell them, Charlie. They listen to you,
Pull rank, Charlie. Pull rank.
Although I've been waiting about 6 or 7 years now for the lunch or the food that's meant to come in while we're commentating, but
is that a thing?
That stopped about 10, 15 years ago.
Do you know there is such thing as a commentary union, which we might just introduce again?
Yes, we need to bring it back, don't we?
We used to have a bit of power in that. We don't get it anymore, do we, Charlie? We lost the fridge, we lost the bin, we lost everything in here.
Even the bin?
Yeah, we've got no bin.
Oh, no, that's now we're getting pear-shaped now.
You're listening to ABC's coverage of the footy. We're having a little whinge about a few things that we want changing. I hope they're listening. Maybe they're listening. Maybe they are. All right, so players going into position. Didn't see who won the toss while we were having that discussion, but looks like Southern Districts are kicking to the Michael Long end, I would say.
Yep.
And Wanderers off to the airport end. So for those who don't know, the airport end is off to the south, you would say, and the Michael Long is the northern end, and we're out on the western wing.
So Big Gallo, is in the ruck against Sebastian Priest. He's going to be in for a bit of a task today, isn't he? Gallo played very well last week, Charlie.
Gallo, he's a lone ruckman. He does the job. Big number 35 years for Southern Districts. Umpires having a good look around. Good umpires today too. I mentioned before Noonan, Morrison and Williams. They're the best of the lot. Tash, can you get us away?
Yeah, Joe Farah's in the midfield, which is good to see, like he started last week for the Crocodiles. So the umpire throws it up. Gallo, Priest actually was a tie, that one, so picked up by Totham. Totham hand passes to a District's opponent. Good tackle as well applied, and the umpire's pinned him. I reckon he had time to get rid of that, so that's a good call by the umpire. So Marcus
Totham's going to
get the free kick, yep. So still in the centre square for Wanderers, just holding up the ball. puts it right out in front of Thomas Motlop, and it's going to beat him to the boundary. So a boundary throw-in right in front of the Southern Districts interchange.
So Thomas Motlop kicked a couple of goals last week. Ed Simpson was the best for Wanderers with 3. But Thomas just working his way back into this Wanderers side. He's been a good player for such a long time.
They made him go through Div 1 too as well,
they
Charlie.
Did, yes.
So Gallo and Priest, centre wing, right in front of the commentary box. And Gallo wins that one down. And quick, nice hands. It's up to half forward for Wanderers. And that one goes over the line. Charlie McAdam for the Crocs sees that one over, and we'll have a boundary throw in about 70 around from the Wanderers goal.
So you can see that man I was talking about, Daniel Clee there. He's on the ball by the look of it.
Ball thrown back in. Half forward for Wanderers. Gallo with the double fist up. Just pops it over. Well done by Totham. Fires out the handball. Can't find Erlinson. Crocs arrive with numbers. Centre ring right in front of the commentary box now. And we'll have another stoppage.
Do you know, Nick, this is exactly the sort of game that Southern Districts want to have against Wanderers. They're just really grind it out ground level.
So Gallo easy smashes it forward by 5 metres. Matty Motlop goes without it, but there's that man Lloyd Johnson getting involved. Newman kicks it forward close to the boundary line. McAdam's there again against Fijo. Well done to the Crocs. Need to get out of trouble, but Shillabee holds him up well. Here's that man that's on fire, Charlie Bowden. Gives it back to his partner in crime, McAdam. Up and under kick. Farah drops an easy one. Gives it to the captain, Staunton. Moving forward through the centre square now. The Crocodiles, they're open here through Rusker. Brendan Rusker, who's come back into the team for the Crocodiles. Under pressure, they still manage to get the ball into the 50, the Crocs. It's an up and under kick. Horrible for a full forward, but kicked off the ground. Probably have a bit more time. Is it going to roll through it? Just stopped short and taken through by McLean. So behind the first score on the board to the Crocodiles.
Well, the first couple of minutes belong to the Crocodiles. They're playing good footy.
McLean under pressure, fires out the handball, and they just look to slow things down here for the Wanderers. Finds Thomas Motlop on that outer side, left half back for the Wanderers. Just held up for now. There's options down the line, just ignores that, just pops it over the top, just with a bit of a miss kick though. Crocs look to turn this one over on the outer wing, up to half forward. Taylor for Wanderers. Wheels around on that right boot and just settles things down. Finding Newman, he fires the ball out, left half back. McLean in pursuit. Beautiful tackle. Just wound up Lemon.
Carried him over the try line.
He did well not to give away the free kick,
Yeah.
Charlie, Matty Motlop.
He did.
So ball thrown back up. Gallo again, easy. Priest. Crocs with the numbers though. Bit of a sling tackle. Umpire lets it go. Ball comes up to left half back for the Crocs and over the line again. Have a boundary throw in.
So another boundary throw in. A lot of stoppages, as Charlie said. The Crocs will like that. So letting it get out wide to the runners that the Wanderers have. Umpire throws it in. Gallo is just going to uncontest again the two-handed fist over the back of his head. Farah goes in hard. That's high. He needed to get down lower there. That was a silly free kick by an experienced player. Played that well. So mark taken out here by Bo O'Connell. Another one that's been in red hot form. Goes back to his captain. So still on centre wing here, Wanderers. Looking to switch. Now they go. It doesn't pay off. Intercepted by the Southern Districts. They couldn't take the mark. They're under pressure in the centre square, near the centre circle now. And they're just busting their way forward. And the umpire's called holding the ball. The ball came out in the end, but the free kick's gone against Ganley. So it's going to Matty Motlop, who's going to play on quickly.
Not free-flowing at all.
Here's the captain, McLean. Kick up to half forward is a good one. It's a bit of a burner, though. Straight through the hands of a Wanderers player. Crocs arrive. Bit of stacks on action. Quick kick out of the pack. And there's a free kick coming back for a throw. Umpire Mark Noonan right there on it.
Yeah, he picked that up well.
The great man. As you said earlier in the piece, Charlie, experienced umpiring lineup today with Noons and Joel Morrison and whatnot. But meanwhile, the Crocs are away on that outer side. And Wanderers, they've turned it over now. Wanderers looking to put it back inside 50. Erlinson firing the handball away. McLean under pressure. O'Connell been busy early. Goes backwards with the handball. Find Lewis. Runs himself into trouble. Fires out the handball. Holding the ball.
Gee, they're quick on the whistle. And let's hope they keep it up for the whole match.
So free kick going the way of Southern Districts. Just forward to centre wing now. Goes into the corridor. Good mark taken by Ganley. He was okay last week. Just a bit of an errant kick makes Farrell have to work. Goes back to Farrell. He's got time and space.
They're on here.
Squares it up. Looks for Watts. So Jaden Watts takes the mark and then goes inboard in the corridor. The mark's taken by McQueen. McQueen then puts it out in front of a leading full forward. Couldn't quite pick up who that is. Charlie? Looking for the number there. Lee Williams, I think that is. So Williams has taken the mark for the Crocodiles. Slight angle, going to kick it from about 45. Brenton Motlop's standing on the mark. He comes in, kicks it from 45. It's a flat kick, goes across the face and just squeezes it in for a point. So another behind on the board for Southern Districts. That was a gettable goal by McLean. No, Williams. Sorry. Yeah, Williams.
Good build. Good.
He started the first quarter well last week, Charlie, and then he missed every single goal after that.
After that, yeah. That was good build-up by Southern Districts. Yeah, they should have got a goal from that.
Mitch Taylor over to the captain in McLean. Right back pocket. Looks to go back across the ground. That's Motlop back there. Just held up for the moment. That was Danny Clee in red-hot form. As Charlie King alluded to earlier in the piece.
Good mark.
2 points to nothing Southern Districts way. We've gone 6 minutes in the first quarter. Umpire lets that one go. They're up at half forward now, but the Crocs with all the numbers.
Big vacant forward line.
And the kick comes up and Marcus Totham just chops it off nicely. Fires off the handball to Bo O'Connor. Gets to 55, goes with a long boot. Vacant goal square. But it goes right and through for the Wanderers' first point.
Totham really should have kicked that, Nick. Really. No one down in the goal square. No one within 25 metres of the goal. He kicked to an open goal and missed.
He had a slight breeze behind him too as well, Charlie, and that's a kick out by Bowden. It's been marked there by his teammate in Maney. Goes out to centre wing looking for McAdams' run, but intercepted there by DeMamel. On centre wing, driving kick. But Brody Newman gets a hand in there, then goes back to Wheatra. Wheatra can square it up here through the centre corridor to Lewis. Lewis will keep switching it. Needs to hit a target here. Might be chopped off. Well done there by Bo Schwartz. He got a fist in, Charlie. He needed to make that contest. Otherwise, they were away there, Wanderers, and the ball's gone out of bounds for a boundary throw-in around about 80 metres from Southern District's goal.
The Wanderers have no system up forward at all when they get there. As I said before, that's just a... Well, you look down there now, they've got the full forward standing there by himself, not another player inside 50.
Ball thrown back in. Crocs looking to go back inside 50. He's got a man at the top of 50. And that man is Brandon Rusker. And he's signalled he's going to go back and have a ping, and he'll kick from about a 52 out, straight in front.
So he's been playing down in the South Australian Football League, I believe. So must have come up for a couple of games, Charlie.
They wished Harry Taylor was out there today.
Yeah,
my word. He's gone missing, but Brandon Rusker hasn't. Goes from 52 out, goes bang. Top of the square action. Hot ball on the deck. Bit of a high tackle, and yes, umpire right there on it and pays it.
Good call, Nick. They jumped on him in a hurry. I think it might have been Ross, was it? Jonathan Ross. They all pounced on him because he's such a dangerous player, and one of them grabbed him a little high.
Yeah, the goal kicker from last week, Charlie.
Plays are on around the corner, and he gets his first, and the Crocs first. 8-1. 9 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Well, if you looked at that first 9 minutes and then looked at this game, you'd say it's all Southern Districts because they are really controlling the match. And Wanderers, no system, and they're just kicking and hoping. They're getting caught all the time with the footy, and that I'm not sure I agree with that vacant forward line because there's no one to go to. They need at least a couple of players. We can see two of them going down there now. Ed Simpson and I'm not sure
Shillabeer, Charlie.
The two big guns have gone forward.
Shillabeer did a lead earlier on, Charlie. They just took too long to get it to him. In the end, he tripped over his opponent, went to ground, and it was just easily mopped up by the Southern District's defence. So yeah, they're going the two big targets down there. It worked a couple of weeks ago, but I'm not sure if it's going to work today. So District's coming away out of the centre through Schwartz. Schwartz gives it to Rusker. Rusker boots it forward over the top of the head of a teammate in Connor Bowden. Brenton Motlop tops it off, then misses McLean. Rusker gets over there to help McLean as well, but it goes over the boundary line. It's going to be a boundary throw-in just forward of centre wing, the far side here.
So really, they should be hitting targets with those kicks, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should, Charlie, definitely. So Morris is in the ruck now against Tipalura. Just shoved out the way by Morris. Districts move it forward only by a metre. Tipalura comes away with it. He was in the ruck. He has a bounce. Comes through centre wing. Has another bounce. And he drives it forward to that man, Charlie, and that's Ed Simpson. So the one out in the forward 50 worked for them that time.
Certainly did.
He's going to have to kick it from 50, but Ed Simpson has a booming kick on him. He's directly in front, but like I said, he's going to have to kick it from 50 with a slight breeze behind him.
Good delivery by Tipalura, wasn't it? On the run, couple of bounces.
He was in the ruck, Charlie. And then he got the ball and had his 2 bounces.
This will be a test for Shillabeer. He's outside. He's going to kick from probably right on 50.
Simpson, this one?
Simpson right on 50. No one right on the goal line. Oh, there's a couple there back towards the fence.
So the breeze has just picked up slightly. It's up and under. I reckon it's going to carry. It does. It's through the big stick. So Simpson has the first on the board for Wanderers, and they're behind by a point with 11.5 minutes gone in this first quarter.
What a difference that makes when you do the hard running and you've got a forward up there and you can hit him lace out from around about the 50 and he goes back and converts. Good goal kick by Simpson and much better play by Wanderers. Switched on. So maybe that little switching on for Southern Districts, we saw it benefiting them, but they kicked 1 goal, 2, didn't they? 3 shots.
It's interesting watching Ed Simpson's kick. He's very deliberate in his approach. He's got his system worked out. He always kicks them too, and he keeps his head down and he doesn't look up until the ball's halfway through the air. If you watch next time, it's really...
He's got a good technique for a big fella.
Yeah, absolutely. And the big fellas usually, they're the ones that stink it up usually.
Yeah.
So he's nailed it. Speaking of nailing, Tipalura goes down in a big tackle. Erlinson for Wanderers. There he is, the young man, Lloyd Johnson, fires the handball out to... They're away now. Here's Mansell under pressure. Just gets the boot to it though. Thomas Motlop out there for the Wanderers. Goes off the deck himself. Charlie McAdam just can't pull it in. Motlop wrapped up in a big tackle. Thomas Motlop fires a handball away. Here's that man again, Tipalura. In a 2-on-1. Goes to ground. Crocs will look to get this one away.
So come in board. Well done, Connor Bowden at his feet. Gives it back to his brother. Michael just puts it in front of the captain, Staunton. It bounces horribly for him, but he paddles it to himself. Now goes to ground. Gets the handball out. They've got running players, but good body work done there by the Wanderers. They kick it back, and there's a free kick called off the ball, so it's downfield against Staunton. So the free kick is going to go the way at Tottenham. Kicks it over the top to Tipalura. He's all by himself. There's one out. He can chip it over the top. Now he goes inboard. I reckon he's going to have a ping himself. Now he puts it at the top of the square. He burnt both his forwards in the end, Charlie.
Oh, did he ever?
Oh, taking a sidestep. He needed to get rid of it a lot sooner. And down Districts come away through half-back.
And they're up on the centre wing now. Danny Weecher reads it best for the Wanderers. Pops it over the top. Thomas Motlum just with the one hand, if you don't mind. Pops it over the top and finds Shillabeer out in space. 45 out on a tight angle up against the boundary line.
That showed the experience of Tommy Motlop. He got rid of it quickly to his forward that was on the lead.
Tottenham was calling for it and got it.
And he has. It's a nice kick from Shillabeer. Tottenham screamed inside 50 all by himself. Had all the time in the world and took an uncontested mark in the end, and we'll go back and have a shot from about 45 out on a slight angle.
Brilliant first quarter from him. Tottenham on fire.
Yeah, he is.
And he's been a very busy little man, and he's on the approach. 40 out, runs around a bit, sticks it through, celebrates, and the Eagles get their second 2-1-13 to Southern Districts 1-2-8. We've gone 14 in the first quarter.
Took 14 minutes for Wanderers to wake up, and then they kicked those 2 quick goals, all from good build-up. Good marks taken down in the forward line, and a couple burnt, obviously, but being able to chip it in and get someone else to take the mark and do the job is a good result.
Tipalura had the 2, the forward he could have gone over the top to, or one that was on the lead, Charlie, and in the end he just held it too long, tried to do too much, whereas Thomas Motlop, as soon as he got it and he seen the big forward on the lead, he got rid of it straight away. Didn't think twice, got rid of it straight away. That's the difference, and just experience sometimes as well. So back in the middle, Priest is up against Robertson. So Robertson, no, Priest goes in again. Joel Cabrillo kicks it off the ground. There's that man. Tottenham gets it back over out the back to a teammate. Then he puts it in the hot spot, sorry. Simpson's there. He's taken the ground almost in the back. The umpire says play on. McAdam just drives it out, trying to get distance. Luckily for him, that the wind got hold of it and it didn't end in the arms of Erlandson, and it trickles over the boundary line, 45 metres around from the Wanderers' goal, the far side, just in front of the St Mary's clubhouse there.
It's funny, you know, when you can't see you turn, you got your back turned, you got to try and remember what you last saw out there where someone is, and that's what McAdam did, kick to where he thought his player was.
Ball thrown back in, Newman out of the ruck, up to the top of the square, Shillaby, well done by a nice defensive punch there, just keeping it out in front, and that one's gone over the line. We'll have a boundary throw-in, 13-8, Wanderers' way.
That's your worst nightmare sometimes as a defender, that bounce. that bounce, which way is it going to go?
The old leg break gets you every time. Ball thrown back in, 15 around from the Wanderers' goal. Ed Simpson again in the ruck. Quick kick out of there by that Crocs ruckman, but it's coming back in. And here he is, Shillaby. We'll go back and have a set shot just on a bit of a slide angle, about 52 out.
Good wall set up there by Wanderers.
And the Southern District's player on the mark tried to crib like 2 metres, but the umpire was right onto him and said, hello, back here. come back 2 metres.
Shillaby from 52. High up and under kick. Just hits the post.
Good kick. A lot of elevation, but accuracy let him down.
Yeah, nearly identical to Simpson's kick there. They've just got that breeze. It picks up every now and again.
We forgot about that, Tasha. They do have the breeze.
Yeah,
it's
they do.
Worth a goal or two.
The airport end there. So kick out to McAdam. McAdam over the top to a teammate in Driscoll. Still at half back. Dangerous kick, but Robinson gets it. The umpire says play on. I thought he had enough of that. Then Bo O'Connell comes running away. Puts it to the top of the square. It gets over the back. Drop mark taken by Shillaby. Then he uses his big frame to get in there. Then they go back, Wanderers, but an errant kick, and it just bounces inside the boundary line in front of Tottenham. So it's going to be a boundary throw, and just in front of the 50, grandstand side here, Wanderers in the attack once again. So they're just setting up that wall just outside the 50, Charlie, and Districts can't seem to break it at the moment.
Yeah, they've got it set beautifully, haven't they?
They needed the Benny Hill music there. A fair bit of comedy happening there. Back inside attacking 50 now. That's Bowden with the quick kick. Johnson goes without it, gets it again. Could have been pinged for holding the ball. Umpire letting it go. Priest runs into trouble holding the ball.
He was blindsided with that one.
Just ran smack bang straight into big Patrick Gallo, and now they're away. Kick to the outer wing. Just on the deck for now. Wanderers looking to go back inside 50. Here's Bo O'Connor, wrapped in a tackle, ducks under it, puts it on the left, inside 50. Simpson couldn't quite drag it in. McAdam arrives for the Crocs, goes to ground, cops one high, and he'll get it.
Yeah, well worked there, McAdam. He was on the ground, but he definitely copped one around the chops. So goes into Watts, like his style, Charlie. Like I said, his uncle is Jared Brennan. Where he gets the flashiness from. His Districts going centre wing through Farah. Farah passes to a teammate in McQueen. McQueen was lethal last week, and that's good hands again by Williams. So Williams takes the mark again, pretty much in the same identical spot as his first shot, Charlie, that went across the face.
Probably a little further out though, do you think?
Oh, probably,
Not
yeah,
much.
probably a metre or two. So Brenton Motlop again is on the mark. Just a slight angle, kicking into a breeze to the Michael long centre. Comes in, kicks it from 45. This time he's gone to the near side, Charlie. So he's got the yip still from last week. It goes through for a behind. And Southern Districts are still trailing by 4 points.
Well, that goal would have made the score level.
Erlandson with a kick right along the line, and the mark taken down there by Lemon. Plays on quickly. Hold on, what's going on here? Umpire Mark Noonan's just going to come back and suss out what's happening.
Yeah,
Ball might have gone out of bounds on the full, or it was a mark either way.
No, I think it was out of bounds on the full.
Lemon's going to take this free kick.
as a player, you want the mark, Charlie. That's a stat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in your...
Two stats, isn't it, really?
Yep.
Got yourself in your own Supercoach team. It works out quite nicely. A kick in to the Crocs forward 50. And now there's a free kick going the way of the big man in Williams. And it was in a contested 3-on-1, I reckon, Charlie. And he ended up getting the free kick.
Well, he kicked, what, 4 last week, I think, Tash, didn't he?
Yeah, he kicked 4, but he missed about 4 or 5 as well, Charlie. Yep, kicked 4.
So this shouldn't bother him. Angle's about, what's that, Nick, 45?
Yeah, just on the 45, I reckon, Charlie. Will kick from 45 out. 45 on the 45. Don't hear that very often. Kick on the way off the side of the boot.
He's got the yips all right.
And just sneak through for a behind. So 3 behinds to that man.
You'd think after last week they'd go and do some, kicking a goal, practice kicking goals.
You'd think, Charlie.
Once it gets in your head, Charlie, I think that it takes a bit to get it out. So Wanderers play on quickly through Erlandson, gives it to Lewis. So still in the defensive 50, coming down this grandstand side, not looking to switch yet. He goes up the line. The Wanderers, it's a mongrel-looking kick. Look, Mansell did well, but the free kick again for the Shepherd, and all by himself was Josiah Farah. The umpire played advantage. Districts kicked it into the 50, and Josiah Farah was standing there all by himself. Ask me how he ended up by himself, but player of his calibre. Started in the midfield, but has spent a lot of time on the bench, Charlie.
This will put the team in front if he can kick it.
Yep, slight angle. He's going to kick it from about 48. Comes in over the paint of 50 now. Goes on a bit of an arc. Looks good off the boot. Straight through the big stick. Josiah Farah, he pumps his chest. So it's through for a goal. St Mary's, Southern Districts have their second goal on the board, and Josiah Farah has moved to the forward line, Charlie.
Yeah, and they snatched the lead here at the 21-minute mark after Wanderers got a goal in front of them, a goal and a bit in front of them. But that's good work by Farah. Good mark, left unattended. I don't know why, Tash, as you said, down there at the 50. I mean, you'd want to be manning up on Farah and those guys that can kick goals. Jonathan Ross, Williams.
Well,
Make sure you got a defender on them.
He started in the midfield. We know at the start of the season he was in the forward line, Charlie. He was carrying a bit of a knee injury, but last week he played pretty much the whole game in the midfield, and he was good in the midfield for Crocodiles. But he started in the midfield, been on the bench for a while, and then has moved forward. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Here's a good matchup, Gallo and Tipalura. And Tipalura did all right in the end, the little man, compared to that massive unit in Gallo. They've worked it up to half forward of the Wanderers. Just on the deck, works its way back into the centre of the ground. The hands fires out of that contested pack. Crocs with the numbers though, screaming forward. The kick to the top of the 50 finds Farah. Right on 50 he marks, looking for options, winds up.
Oh,
and 50.
And he moved. I reckon Farah played for that.
Yeah.
Yep. He baited him, Charlie, you're right, because Newman started moving.
Yeah, he did.
2 in a minute to this man.
What do you think of that rule?
Oh, I like it, but,
so
you've got to learn it.
Yep.
And he sticks it through, and he gets 2 in a minute.
Yeah,
Southern Districts 3-4-22. The Wanderers 2-2-14. We've gone at 22 and a half minutes in the first quarter.
Wanderers having trouble playing their style of game, the free running game, opening up those, the forward line to kick the players down there. They just kept getting caught. They put the pressure on them, or like body pressure on them all the time, and they forced that ball from half back right through the midfield, almost down to half forward.
And that's a tactical move, I feel, that Josiah Farah's gone to the forward line, but they've just gone and put Johnson on him. So they've made the swap already. So Lloyd Johnson against Farah, because Farah had too much pace for Newman. So Gallo wins the tap down. Matty Motlop will get there first, takes it on the bounce, wheels around, moves it forward. Tottenham just moves his man under the footy too easily in the end, and the ball didn't bounce the way he wanted, otherwise he was away. He knows it too, but angry with the bounce of that footy. And as the siren goes, it's a short first quarter, 23 and a half minutes gone, but that's the end of the first quarter, Charlie. So Wanderers 2-2-14, Southern Districts 3-4-22.
Just the goal kickers, 2 goals to Farah, kicked them in a minute, as Nick said to you, in that quarter there. Late in the quarter, Jonathan Ross got one a little earlier on, and for Wanderers, goals to Marcus Totham, good goal to him earlier on, and Ed Simpson kicked a goal as well. Wanderers had plenty of opportunities then, but just didn't score. They went down in the forward line, inside their 50, right down towards the goal line on a number of occasions, come up empty-handed. So Southern District's playing a game that is relies on them getting the ball on the ground and forcing it forward. Wanderers want to play free running footy. I'll tell you which team's winning at the moment, the team that's keeping the ball on the ground. Southern Districts walking off to our right down here. They're heading.
You know what great mates Territorians can be. Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know. So get a quote today. TIO. We're for Territorians.
Each year, around 43 people die and around 500 are seriously injured on our roads. Every club, every player, every spectator knows someone who has been affected by road trauma.
Zero is more than just a number, it's a goal. Achieving 0 deaths and serious injuries on Territory roads isn't a one-person job.
Like in footy, on the field we play hard, but always have each other's backs.
On the road, it's the same.
We all have a part to play to get everyone home safely.
Remember, there's more to lose than just a game of footy.
This Saturday, we will be wearing the Zero Guernseys and yellow armbands with pride.
To honour those lives lost on our road and to raise awareness of road safety.
Kazali's Palmerston Club has been renovated. Come check out our brand new cafe, open 7 days a week. And with the new Kids Club, we are the perfect spot for a worry-free catch-up with friends. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gathering or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. Quarter time, Wanderers 14 to Southern Districts Crocs 22. And don't forget, it is the Towards Zero round 8 here. We are encouraging everyone to support the campaign of Towards Zero, and you will see that the Towards Zero team are going to be set up here this afternoon for this game and the next game. So head on over and try your luck at the handball target. Underway with the second quarter here at TIO.
Wanderers, they just haven't got that big ruckman that they need, and Justin Priest having to do the job. Not much support for him, but because you can't pull Simpson or anyone like that out of the forward line, give him the ruck. But maybe when the ball's down there, you could get him to do the rucking down there.
You could, Charlie, and I reckon if there's not too much ball down the forward line, definitely do that. But I thought Tipalura with his leap, he actually did all right against Gallo. I was quite surprised.
Yeah. Well, you just instantly get that midfielder, don't you, on the deck against such a massive ruckman in Gallo.
And we've seen it work because he come out of the pack with the ball and had 2 bounces and delivered it into the 50. So
see those rude pink wheels take off.
Here we go, second quarter, Tash.
Oh, so Priest, no Gallo, wins that one down. Well read by Farah. Farah just an up and under kick, lands on the 45. Newman was under it, he goes back again. It was a big pack that formed. Districts are trying to clear it, so Wanderers come away now, but smothered kick by Schwartz. McLean gets over close to the boundary, goes back to Newman. Newman goes up the line on the far side and chopped off by Dean Staunton. He plays on quickly. He's got a player all by himself in Ganley. Ganley plays on, kicks it from 50 directly in front, and it sails through for a behind, Charlie. Good build up, but through for a behind. They go further in front.
They've kicked before on those goals. For some reason, it swings out to the right, so you have to adjust the kicking, I think.
Yeah, they haven't judged it very well.
Left back pocket of the Wanderers, looking to move it out. Just look to control things and settle things down for the moment. Here's young Lloyd Johnson, in form youngster, half-backer for the Wanderers.
It looks a bit better.
Hits Motlop up in the middle of the ground. They've moved it well. Clee to Shillabeer. Just got his arms wrapped up there, so Shillabeer will get the free kick. Right half forward for the Wanderers, looking to get on the scoreboard early here. So Shillabeer, outer wing setup, kick inside, attacking 50, top of the square, pops over the Motlop, fires out the handball, gets slung to ground. Crocs arrive with the numbers. There's Big Callow in slow motion. Bo O'Connell up and under, top of the square. Simpson stands under it. Priest is there. Stays in for now. And the Crocs will get rid of it through McAdam.
McAdam kicks it down the line. It's 3-on-1 and over the top. In the end, the mark's taken by Shillabeer. Shillabeer booms it back in. It's a flat kick. It's over the top. Erlinson got hands to it. Then it gets to Motlop. That's Thomas Motlop. He went without it. Rusker picks it up. Burns around. Still in the defensive 50. Needs to get rid of it. He does to Farah. Farah was going to give it back to Rusker, but he took it on himself. Then just kicks it forward in hope. Districts underneath it was Ross. Ross is 2-on-3 out there. Districts, there's Watts. Watts gives it back in to Robertson. Robertson drills it, but Newman intercept mark once again in the defensive 50 for Wanderers.
Here's Totham, right half back. Nice reliable kick. Finds Shillabeer.
Shillabeer doing well. Third touch in a minute.
Outer side on the wing.
He's moved forward, Priest. Charlie. He's moved forward. I think that's what's helping.
So Priest.
He might have a roving commission as well, Tash. He's wandering upfield, isn't he?
He's got a bit on. The kick.
Oh.
Simpson just holds his ground, paddles it forward. Doesn't have a lot there. Wrapped up in the tackle was Bowden. They're just looking to get rid of it, and they do now. Finds the captain in Staunton across the ground. Right back pocket, just chips over top, overcooks the kick. And the mark taken there by, I think it's Cabillo. Gives the handball off to Motlop, juggles it on 50, up and under, top of the square, touched off the boot too. Simpson fires out the handball, smothered, ball on the deck, umpire circling. Umpire Mark Noonan says my ball. We'll have a stoppage about 20 out directly in front of the Wanderers' goal.
Did you see some good work by Bowden back there, Nick, a short time ago when you called it? He got caught in a tackle. They swung him 360, but he still got the handball away.
Simpson out of the pack, sorry, Charlie, and he's kicked it through, so straight out of the pack. The ball up, he was in the ruck, and he took it straight with clean hands, Charlie, and booted it straight through the big stick. So well done to Simpson, and probably just a little bit... probably not thinking their best, their district's defenders, because they went with the smaller ruckman against Simpson, and you know directly in front of goal you probably need to get Priest down there, one of the bigger fellas, Robinson or Gallo down there to compete against him, because in the end it was too easy.
Just too many players clustered down there, and they just spilled to Simpson, and he did a great job from point blank range, kicked it high over his left shoulder and kicked the goal. So he's got two. Good effort, Ed Simpson.
4 minutes gone into this second quarter. Wanderers 3-2-20. Southern Districts 3-5-23.
Priest in the middle for the Wanderers on this occasion. Can't quite get that ball down. Lewis goes without it. Erlinson under pressure. Crocs really applying pressure early in this first quarter. And the free kick going the way of Staunton. Plays on quickly. Finds a man on 55. Kick inside 50. Just overcooks the kick and goes out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in 40 around out from the Crocs goal.
Had two players down there. Lee Williams, one of them should have hit. One of them missed them both and kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah, it wasn't the best kick going in, Charlie, but I don't think there was enough communication down there either by the district's forwards. So the umpire gets set to throw it in. Dangerous position here for the Crocs. Robinson's underneath it against Mitchell. Taylor comes down to the back. Districts run away into the goal and hit the behind post halfway up. So out of bounds on the full. He had no one in front of him, Ganley, and he has missed it. Charlie, a gettable goal.
Jack Ganley will see that on
when they needed
replay
it.
And he'll wonder what happened.
And
he was running that way and he couldn't change direction.
No left foot, Charlie. He had
right.
no left foot.
Tried to kick it on the outside of the right boot and kicked it out of bounds.
So the free kick going to Brenton Motlop.
So Motlop, right back pocket for Wanderers. Has Taylor over the top. No, Priest it was. He ignores that.
Yeah, totally ignored him.
Goes long down the line.
Wonder why he didn't go to Priest.
Just sticks in. And Brody Newman has to play on. Turns it over. Crocs with the numbers on that outer side. The ball's coming back in with interest. Williams, one grab, can't drag it in. The kick just pops over the top. Overcooked. It's going to work, though. Bowden on the left. Kick on the way is a good one. No, he's floated forward and got his first.
He's a class player, and Michael Bowden, just even the way he kicked that, didn't he? Just steadied himself and leant back and punched it at the goals. And it was always going to be a goal. Beautiful kick.
He's still a young fella, Charlie, but he's been playing for so long now in a good, consistent team. And he's spending a little bit more time on the ball as well these days and not so much in the back line. And he's kicking more goals than what I've seen him kick, Michael Bowden, but definitely a class player.
He's hitting lots of touches too. That friend of yours at the Suns, Nick, give him a ring, you should mention. Look for number 8 at Southern District's good player. Good pedigree as well.
Yeah, my word.
Grandfather won a premiership with Richmond.
Absolutely. Southern Districts 4-5-29. Wanderers 3-2-20. 6.5 gone.
Tipalura is in the ruck now. Coming through is Connor Bowden. Kicks it forward. There's a free kick going to go the way of Staunton. No, he's called Staunton for shepherding. I'm not sure what he was shepherding for because he had no other teammate there to try and take that mark. So the free kick to Wanderers. McLean gives it to Brenton Motlop. Still in half back. Close to this grandstand side boundary. He's going to go down the line. He does. So kicks it to centre wing, right in front of our commentary box. Coming away is Tipalura with those bright, flashy boots, and he was dumped afterwards, so he's going to take his free kick. The ball will come back. There's a bit of confusion. It goes downfield to Thomas Motlop. He's directly on centre wing. Then he boots it forward 50 metres, one-on-one. Down there was Shillabeer. It goes to the back, coming through is Fijo. Fijo's tackle as he kicked it, but it goes through the goal. So Wanderers have another goal on the board. They've got their 4th. They're trailing by 3 points with nearly 8 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Who kicked it, Tash?
It was Fijo, I think it was. Yep, Keelan Fijo.
Good on Keelan. Keelan Fijo, not a noted goal scorer, but gets down that forward line, he can do some damage.
So used to him wearing number 1 for so many years, Charlie, and he's decided to wear number 8.
Yeah, mix it up a bit.
Yeah, just to keep us on our toes.
Mini break here for Wanderers. No, it's not. It's Southern District still in front, aren't they, by 3 points?
Yeah, they're just keeping in front. Good game here, Charlie.
It is. Tough conditions out there. We've got to think about that for the players. It's so hot. I think sometimes here we can be a little critical of them, but we just don't realise how hot it is out there middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Ball thrown up. Tipalura gets done for holding the ball. Illegal disposal from that young man. So the Crocs look to go back inside. Attacking 50 just gets there. McLean over the top. Gets wrapped up in a lovely tackle. And the free kick going to the captain in Staunton. Lowers the eyes. Fires it in. And an uncontested mark taken about 40 out from the Crocs goal, and they'll have a set shot.
There were 3 Wanderers players around there. No one took on the responsibility to get on Beau Schwarz. He's going to have a shot from just inside 50.
You can see, when we spoke about the heat, Charlie, you can see a few of these players cooking, and a lot of them are trying to make their way to the shadow that the grandstand is putting on this field here.
That might be why Brenton Motlop kicked it out to the other side of the ground to keep him in the sun.
Beau Schwarz on the approach. His first of the day. Kick on the way. is nice off the boot. We're going goal for goal here at TIO Stadium, and Southern Districts moves to 5-5-35 to the Wanderers. 4-2-26. We've gone 9.5 in the second. 2 goals in this quarter. Schwarz and Bowden and Fijo and Simpson. Yeah, it's going to be that sort of game. I think it's going to be a really tight game, go right down to the wire. It would surprise you that Wanderers had those 2 big wins against them. Well, although round 1 was a close one, Tash, remember, wasn't it? 10-12 to 9-6, so they only won there by a couple of goals. But they had a big win last time in round 5, 18-9 to 7-14. Inaccurate to Southern Districts, but being more accurate here today.
And different side as well, Wanderers, from the first couple of rounds that they fielded the side, Charlie, totally different side now. They've got some really key players back in, which is good for them. So back in the middle, Tipalura and Morris. Morris did well. Tipalura again, he's got a big leap, goes in again, tries to smash it forward. It's still in the centre square, but now Fijo with a good tackle. Morris gets it back. Handballs out to Mammal. Goes back, misses his target. This is Johnson. Johnson picks it up, goes to ground, then Tipalura is on top of him. Johnson drags it in. He needs to be careful here. He's dragged in the footy. Now it comes out through Motlop. Nook Metzel gives it to Maddie Motlop. Squares it up, looking for Simpson. No, that's Shillabeer. Shillabeer takes the mark. It was either that or a free kick, but I reckon he's just maybe given lucky.
Gee, nearly gave away a free kick.
I thought he whacked him high in the head, Charlie,
his arms were swinging around, weren't they?
To get rid of his opponent. So Shillabeer is going to kick it from 50, 45-degree angle, but oh wow. If I did that, they would have given it away from me.
Well, Tash, he probably doesn't have a reputation.
No, he has a reputation, and he lowers the eyes. He goes towards Motlop, and Thomas Motlop takes a good. That's a play on the umpire. Says I thought he had enough of that. So Districts come away, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. Lloyd Johnson's going to take the free kick. I thought Thomas, he's pleading to the umpire. He had a good grab on that, Charlie. Very unlucky, but the umpire rules always.
So here's Johnson, the young fella, wheels up on that right boot, inside 50. Great contested mark there from Big Simpson. And he'll have a set shot.
Pack of 8.
Oh, my word.
That was a great grab, wasn't it?
That's a legitimate contested mark,
It is indeed, isn't it?
Yeah, people hanging off him.
No fumble, no nothing, no second grab. It just went in like glue.
I remember listening to an old song that Could Have Been used to do about 8 people going up looking for the mark and only one gets joy. How do they do it? How did he get joy? Ed Simpson, 2 goals to his name already. Great mark.
Lining up for goal number 3. Watch his head stay down as he kicks the ball. A very interesting style, but it works for the big unit. As I say that, he was probably going to spray it. Kick on the way is good. No, he hit the post. Sorry, Ed.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah, sorry.
He aimed just outside that left upright. And
you see how he keeps his head down though, Charlie?
Yeah. It was good kicking action.
So Bowden's got the kick out. He holds the ball up. This is a set play. So he's going to go long, I reckon. He plays on, runs 20 metres. It's for Robinson, gets over the top. So already it's past the centre circle.
Flock of eagles in there, Tash.
They kicked off the ground by Districts in Maney, gets forward but chopped off by Taylor. Taylor comes out of the 50, gets it over to Thomas Motlop. Still in the defensive half here, far side for Wanderers. He goes up the line, looking for his cousin in JJ Motlop, but good work by Bowden, just pushed JJ Motlop off the footy, and then the ball goes over the boundary line forward of centre wing for Wanderers for a boundary throw-in.
Thomas Motlop's been okay, hasn't he, in this game?
He has. He's getting more involvement, Charlie.
Came through Div 1, didn't he? Remember that at the start of the season?
Yep.
Aaron wouldn't automatically put him in the side.
Not just 1 or 2 games. He played a few there, Charlie.
Yeah. Out on the outer wing. 2 goals apiece this quarter. The umpire's just blown the whistle. Found a throw, and it'll go the way of the Crocs. So on that outer wing, as I just said, 2 goals apiece. Good goal for goal quarter, this one. Fly from behind is an absolute rip snorter. And dragged down by Newman. Here's Brenton Motlop. Just a little left, pops it over the top to Danny Wheater. Been a little bit quieter today than his usual self. He gets on his bike. Matty Stokes. That's a nice kick. Motlop, sorry. Shillabeer. The kick over the top. Vacant 50. Big clash. Umpire lets it go though. Crocs arrive with the numbers.
It was a hospital kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, my word it was, Charlie. Everyone's was tightening up a little bit. And that kick goes into the middle of the ground. They're away here on that outer wing. Rusker with all the wheels. Kick up to half forward. Not the best off the boot. And Newman will straighten them back up.
So Mansell takes the mark in centre square, hand passes to Wheatra. Wheatra drives it forward, one-on-one. Thomas Motlop gets front position. Well done to Bowden. He pushed Bowden off the footy. Wanderers in a perfect position. Thomas Motlop kicks it off the ground. JJ Motlop tries to volleyball it forward for O'Connell, and then he has a crack on goal and kicks it out of bounds. Is it in? On the full, I think it is. So the free kick going the way of Southern District. So just a comedy of errors there, I felt, by Wanderers.
Yeah, Jerome Motlop had more time then. He didn't realise it, did he?
Kick long down the line. Priest cops one high. Umpire lets it go. Fijo back to Priest. Fires off a handball. Totham 50 out. Top of the square. Ed Simpson can't quite drag it down. Croc's under pressure right in front of goal. McAdam ducks his head. Umpire letting this one go. Now, it was good work down there from Driscoll. Goes with a long kick. Cabillo takes a good diving mark. No, umpire says play on. You dropped it. But he's got time. Measures a kick to O'Connell. And then he does exactly the same thing and pops it over the top to Erlinson. He'll have a set shot from about 45 out on the slide angle, Charlie.
Do you know what? What would you give for a genuine crummer? That's what you want, someone ground level down that forward line, don't you, when they're all fighting for it? A good crumbing player. This man's pretty good too.
Yeah, he's usually a good shot on goal, Charlie.
Jared Erlinson.
So Erlinson will kick from just inside 50. Slide angle. Gets on the approach now. Not bad off the boot, but just sneaks through. It does. Erlinson gets his first. And the Wanderers move to 5-3-33. Southern District's 5-5-35. We've gone 16.5 in the second quarter.
And Erlinson, what a fine servant he's been for Wanderers for such a long time. He had a brother that played as well, didn't he? Was
Alex Erlinson that ended up going to after the grand final, I think it was, when they won it, or didn't actually make it. Charlie ended up going to Buffaloes.
Yeah.
So he moved to Buffs, and then
we haven't seen him since.
No.
What he's doing, but Jared, good then, good effort by him.
But totally two different players. Alex is tall and used to sort of chop out in the ruck, and Jared's a inside midfielder. But in the later years of his footy career, he's moved forward. So warning here, so I think it's going the way of the Crocs yet, as Bowden's sneaking on. This is where I don't understand. If you're coming on for an interchange, leave the player on the interchange, but I guess they had one up their sleeve, so they're happy to get the first warning. Umpire throws it up. Well done, Priest, but goes to Gallo. Gallo boots it forward by 20 metres. Not a kind bounce there by Maney. Coming through is McQueen. McQueen gives it out to Watts. Watts couldn't take the footy on the run, and he's wrapped up 45 metres out from goal. Directly in front, there's going to be a a throw up by Noonan. So Mark Noonan just getting the ruck to set. Gallo goes uncontested, gets it down towards Bowden. Picked up now by the District's player McQueen, and he's kicked it. That's a brilliant left foot kick, Charlie, on the run. He scooped it up and then got it on the boot quickly. 45-degree angle, and that's a brilliant goal by McQueen. And he played a ripper game last week, Charlie.
He did, didn't he? We talked about him, remember, last week?
Yep.
He was just superb.
Yep, he kicked a goal in the second quarter as well last week, but had a ripper of a game. So Wanderers 5-3-33 trailing Southern District's 6-5-41. We've gone 18.5 in the second.
Gee, the Crocodiles showing some good fight here. They just will not go away. Wanderers can't get their noses in front every time they can kick a goal. A miracle goal sometimes for them as well. Southern Districts are able to reply at the other end of the ground. So that was a great goal kicked by Jake McQueen.
Real arm wrestle this game.
Yeah, 3 goals apiece here in the second quarter. We've got a ripping game on our hands. Gallo down to Farah. Ball smothered. Cabillo just gets rid of it in time. Erlinson playing off half forward. Wheels around on the right. Kick inside 50. Schillerbeer flies. Can't drag it in. McAdam there for the Crocs. Ball pops out the side to Fijo. Nice bit of footwork. Wheels around. Banana style. Dobs it. What an absolute ripper from that man, Keelan Fijo. And he gets his second.
That was a great goal. He was just swerving and dodging, and he had about 3 defenders to beat, and he got around them all and must have kicked that off the outside of his right boot, wouldn't he?
Another one that didn't have a left foot, so he had to go the inside out banana, Charlie. But pace, just his speed in the end was electrifying, that he got to that ball first, and then, yeah, I think they thought he was going to wheel around onto his right, but he took the step off the left foot and off he went.
That was a good goal. Well done. And I mean, that's as good as the goal kicked at the other end of the ground by Jake McQueen, wasn't it? So the margin back to a couple of points now. 39 plays 41, and we've played almost 20 minutes.
Yeah, nearly going into red time here. Tipalura against Gallo. So Gallo this time just smashes it forward, but Matty Motlop sharks it. Goes in again, fumbles, gets it out to O'Connell. O'Connell's taken by Farah. Getting in there, Gallo as well, the big ruckman. Love the way he goes about it. Just dances around one, gives it to that man, McQueen. McQueen could have played on, but his forward wasn't ready for him. So he had to hold it up. Now he goes in, goes to Ross. Staunton gets there first, just to don't argue to Johnson. Bounces in the forward 50 here for Southern District, but Johnson goes in, gives it to Mansell. Mansell just fumbled, then to Matty Motlop. That's a horrible kick by Matty Motlop. It goes out of bounds on the full. Jaden Watts is going to take the free kick. Thomas Motlop's standing the mark, 60 around from Southern District's goal.
Had a couple of players there who was just trying to get it to the Matty Motlop, wasn't he? And just couldn't, kicked it out of bounds on the full instead.
Ball kicked inside, attacking 50 for the Crocs. They're going to turn it over. O'Connell for Wanderers goes with the hands to Erlinson, middle of the ground, kick up to half forward. Sheila Beer just goes with the one hand, needs his I think Simpson in the back of the head. Meanwhile, ball goes back inside 50 and a big grab taken down there by Lee Williams. And just meanwhile, we'll just go back and have a look. I think
that's Clee.
Was it Clee, was it?
Yeah, he absolutely nailed him in the back of the head with the knee.
He's poor fella, big Shillaby. He's a big unit.
He's going to have a headache.
Wouldn't want to cop that knee anywhere. So here's Lee Williams. Hasn't kicked one yet. Kicked 3 behinds. Kick on the way. He's right. Just can't quite get the job done, Charlie.
Yeah, I wonder why not. That's very kickable, that one, Lee Williams. Great mark. Terrific mark. 3 players around him. He outmarked them all. Genuine, strong overhead mark.
So Wheatra plays on. He's got Newman out wide, ignores that. Was going to go to Thomas Motlop, needs to be careful. 2 players against him, Morris and Rusker. Rusker picks it up, hand passes to Gallo. Gallo just puts it up in the corridor from the back. Was a flyer when Schwartz. McLean, it goes well, gets a big handball out, but Ross takes it. He can get them from here. He snaps around the corner, and I reckon he's just missed it. And Farah puts his arms up, swinging around. He was all by himself, but just didn't see him. So through for a behind. Mitchell Taylor's going to run to take the kick out. Wanderers 6-3-39. Southern District's 6-7-43. We wouldn't have long to go. 22 and a half minutes left.
Just feel
take in the second quarter.
This game has just lifted, hasn't it? The pressure's lifted, the run's lifted, the skill level's lifted, and some of those impossible shots are really good to see them try.
Right back pocket, McLean. I don't know if you're noticing, Charlie, but Lloyd Johnson's just found himself in a lot of traffic, and he's so cool, calm and collected and hits the targets every time, which is rare for a young man at this level. Meanwhile, they're back in the ground. Tipalura goes with the handsball over the top. Marcus Totham gets to 30. Kick on the way is a good one, and Marcus Totham gets his second.
You would not expect him to miss, and that was a good handball that got out to him as well, and he was at centre half forward, not a player in sight, and just broke away, ran into a goal and kicked it easy in the end. Only one defender on the line back there for Southern Districts, but he measured it to perfection to get his second goal of the match.
5 goal to 3 quarter. Season Wanderers 7-3-45 to Districts 6-7-43. They're back in the lead. 23 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter.
So the umpire brings it back to the middle. Morris against Tipalura. Tipalura played a hand in that goal. He's electrifying when he gets around the footy. Wins that one, goes in again. Tipalura then tries to shark it out of the middle. Under enormous pressure is Duffy. Duffy finally gets rid of it. The umpire furthest away has called it for a high tackle. So Duffy hand passes to Staunton. Staunton from the centre square drills it into the 50. Wheatra gets a fist to it. McQueen gets it out to Ross, and that's a throw. Good pick up by the umpire there. He didn't get the fist to the footy, so McLean's going to take the free kick in again. He just takes his time, hand passes over the top to that man, Johnson. Johnson just wheels around and hits Thomas Motlop on the chest for Wanderers.
So at right half back, Thomas Motlop will just look to take a bit of speed off the game, goes long down the line in the Shillaby direction in a one-on-one.
Oh, what a
Johnson. Just sat with that one hand, if you don't mind. Kicks it up to half forward. Here's Marcus Totham again. He's kicked 2. Can he kick 3? Wheels around on the left. Simpson out in front of him. Just goes for the body, searching for the body of the Crocs full back. Simpson hasn't even picked it up.
Done.
And he drew the free kick well. And he'll go back and have a set shot from about 40 out, 35 out on a pretty difficult angle, Charlie.
Yeah, he's a good player, though. That was cleverly done, wasn't it? And Luke Delahy had no chance, really. He was behind him. And all he could do was give away a free kick in the end. It's a tough angle, though, and it's deep in that forward pocket down at the Michael Long centre end.
He just played that perfectly, the big fella.
Yeah, didn't he ever? 25 minutes gone, siren imminent.
Ed Simpson, 2 goals.
And we're watching this style now.
2 goals to his name. Watch his head stay down, unless he runs around and proves me wrong. Kick on the way.
Yeah, he doesn't
nice
even look.
off the boot. It's just gone across the face, though. Sneaks through for a behind.
And why it's difficult to kick goals down there is because this grandstand ends in that pocket and the breeze blows across the front of the goals, so you can't tell when
it's
you're
like
having a shot. Yeah.
It's like a tunnel because you've got the Michael Long centre and then the grandstand. It's like a tunnel going through there. Yeah. Yep. Bowden's called to play on. Shepherd's put on. He needs to bounce it. He does. Runs to 45. He's lucky. I think Newman, in the end, just the pressure that was applied, Newman takes the mark for Wanderers. He's going to drive it back into the 50 for Wanderers. He does. At the back is Thomas Motlop, usually good in these positions. Taken by Tipalura and through the big sticks. Tipalura has another goal for Wanderers. In at red time at Charlie, they've kicked 3 goals, I think it is, in the red time. So just a little bit lapse of judgment and probably thought there by Southern Districts has resulted in another easy goal, but well done to Tipalura.
Puts Wanderers in front, close to half time here by, what's that, 9 points. They were down by 8 points at quarter time, so it's a big turnaround.
Yeah, 6 goal to 3 quarter, yeah. Charlie. So good return for the Wanderers.
But just nothing to kick to Bowden, so he put pressure on himself, and in the end, it dropped short and Newman just drove it back in.
I was looking through the better players, you know, and certainly I ticked more Wanderers players than Southern Districts players for the quarter. So Wanderers are up and about.
Joel Morrison throwing the ball up in the air. The great umpire. Straight out of the middle, though, from Swartz. High up and under, half forward. Drop mark there from Newman. Johnson could have got a shove. Ball's coming back inside 50 now for the Crocs. Right on the half-time siren. And what a good quarter from the Wanderers. 6 goals to 3 in that quarter. They find themselves 8-4-52 to Southern District 6-7-43, Charlie.
9 points to margin, so it was a good quarter for Wanderers. Yes, they kicked 6 goals to 3. That's a terrific effort for them. 2 goals to Keelan Fijo in a hurry, and goals to Jared Erlinson, a goal to Totham in that quarter. John Tipalura kicked 1 just then, and a goal to Ed Simpson as well. And for Southern Districts in that quarter, their 3 goals came from Bo Schwarz, Michael Bowden and Jake McQueen. It was 8 points to margin at quarter time, and Wanderers take it out now to a 9-point lead at half time. So 19.2.
As the news came on about a single car rollover on Roper Highway and a young man dies.
Just the mechanism of the accident, you know, the fact he wasn't wearing his seatbelt, the car rolled so many times and he was thrown so far from the vehicle, he didn't stand a chance. I just felt my heart break into a million pieces.
The feeling's gut-wrenching. You lose part of the family.
Going to see Brandon's body at the morgue, I realised that it was him.
He was stupid for not putting that seatbelt on. That's all he needed to do.
If Brando had been wearing his seatbelt,
it might have been different.
All he needed to do was put on his seatbelt.
Chuck a seatbelt on.
It takes 2 seconds to do that.
That few seconds could have saved his life. They're not there to make your life hard, they're there to save your life.
It's the first thing I think about in the morning. It's the last thing I think about every night. that he's not with us.
Each year, around 43 people die and around 500 are seriously injured on our roads. Every club, every player, every spectator knows someone who has been affected by road trauma.
Zero is more than just a number, it's a goal. Achieving 0 deaths and serious injuries on territory roads isn't a one-person job.
Like in footy, on the field we play hard, but always have each other's backs.
On the road, it's the same.
We all have a part to play to get everyone home safely.
Remember, there's more to lose than just a game of footy.
This Saturday, we will be wearing the Zero Guernseys and yellow armbands with pride.
To honour those lives lost on our road and to raise awareness of road safety.
You know what great mates Territorians can be. Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know. So get a quote today. TIO. We're for Territorians.
Absolutely zero.
Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
And it's not just the physical abuse, it's the things we don't see.
It is hurting our families. It is killing our families.
A lot of people have been silent to this fact, and I think it's about time we all speak up together and say no more to this form of abuse.
No more.
No more. No more family violence.
No more to the family violence.
No more. No more.
No more.
Listen up, kids. Make school your story. Help you succeed and rise to glory.
Safe to go to school.
So go the distance. 10 every day. Learn and listen. School holiday rockin', we love our break.
Summer friends and family is always great.
When it's time for school, don't get slack.
It's safe to go to school, can't wait to get back. So don't cut corners.
Do the full term. It's safe to go to school and it's time to learn. So don't cut corners. Do the full term. Make school your story and it's time to learn.
School returns February 2021. Written and authorised by the Northern Territory Government.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
At Buzz, keep cool this summer with our new range of frappes, including cookies and cream, chai and matcha. You can also enjoy our totally scrumptious range of food and snacks. Australian owned and operated. Buzz, great coffee is just the beginning.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
The time to kickstart your business is now. Get your message across with the experienced local TV production team at Kick Digital. Cost effective, rapid turnaround, exceptional service. Kick Digital. Television production energized.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms, ideal for all school-related activities. 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact CFS Gear for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Vaccinate to protect our players,
To protect our coaches.
to protect our umpires,
To protect our supporters.
to protect our game.
Head to the Danila Dilba website for more information.
Each year, around 43 people die and around 500 are seriously injured on our roads. Every club, every player, every spectator knows someone who has been affected by road trauma.
Zero is more than just a number, it's a goal. Achieving zero deaths and serious injuries on territory roads isn't a one-person job. Like in footy, on the field we play hard, but always have each other's backs.
On the road, it's the same.
We all have a part to play to get everyone home safely.
Remember, there's more to lose than just a game of footy.
This Saturday, we will be wearing the Zero Guernseys and yellow armbands with pride.
To honour those lives lost on our road and to raise awareness of road safety.
Getting my hands on the footy and just being with my mates.
I like being outdoors. It just makes me happy. I don't like it when I get yelled at.
It's pretty embarrassing when someone's shouting at you halfway through the game.
It makes me feel like I'm useless and I can't do anything.
We're just kids.
We're just here to have fun.
Let us do what we love.
Just let kids be kids.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Well, don't forget to go and say hi to the guys, the Towards Zero guys up in front of the Michael Long Centre. Can try your luck at the handball target there this afternoon. And remember to take advantage of the Towards Zero hydration stations to keep your water levels up. It's a very hot afternoon, and round 8
every spectator knows someone who
is dedicated to Towards Zero.
Zero is more than
The
just
Towards
a number,
Zero
it's a goal.
campaign
Achieving zero deaths and
encourages
serious
everyone to
injuries
work
on
together
territory
towards zero
roads
deaths and
is
serious
not one
injuries on our
person
roads.
Like in footy, on the field we play hard, but always have each other's backs.
On the road, it's the same.
We all have a part to play to get everyone home safely.
Remember, there's more to lose than just a game of footy.
This Saturday, we will be wearing the Zero Guernseys and yellow armbands with pride.
To honour those lives lost on our road and to raise awareness of road safety.
Each year, around 43 people die and around 500 are seriously injured on our roads. Every club, every player, every spectator knows someone who has been affected by road trauma.
Zero is more than just a number, it's a goal. Achieving zero deaths and serious injuries on territory roads isn't a one-person job. Like in footy, on the field we play hard, but always have each other's backs.
On the road, it's the same.
We all have a part to play to get everyone home safely.
Remember, there's more to lose than just a game of footy.
This Saturday, we will be wearing the Zero Guernseys and yellow armbands with pride.
To honour those lives lost on our road and to raise awareness of road safety.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
All right, if you've only just joined us here at TIO, you'll notice the players are wearing yellow armbands and the captains are wearing the number 0 in honour of the lives lost on our roads as they run back out for a big second half of footy here this afternoon. Again, don't forget to go and say hi to the Towards Zero guys just out the front of the Michael Long Centre. They've got a handball target over there. And you can find out a little bit more information about the Towards Zero campaign or visit towardszero.nt.gov.au. And a big thanks to our sponsors, our premier partners, TIO, Northern Territory Government and the Australian Government, and acknowledge our NTFL sponsors and partners, Impex, Carlton United Breweries, Towards Zero, Intersport, No More, Kazali's Palmerston, Sterling NT, Bridge Toyota and Sharon. And thanks to our media partners, 7 News Darwin, NT News, Mix 1049, Hot 100, Kick Digital and NITV. The current score sits at 52 to the Wanderers, Southern Districts 43. Like I said, a big second half of footy on the way for round 8 here, the Towards Zero round.
Margin, 9 points. They trail by 8 at quarter time, so it's a 17-point turnaround for the Eagles. Right, we might leave it there, Lee. Thanks for talking with us today, and we look forward to a big game tomorrow.
Always a pleasure.
Lee Elder's been with us, community football manager from AFL NT, with the news that that round 6 match, it can be squeezed in somewhere, but they're not going to make a decision on it in case there are other lockout matches that have been affected by it, so they'll have to wait and see. But Lee was telling us there that it is possible at the end of the year they can extend the season by a week, and at the end, after rounds 18, actually play round 6.
Charlie, remember when you interviewed me on usually the Sunday with the updates, and I said that's exactly what soccer did during the season. So Football NT, they played their round 15 after round 18. So and then they started the finals. But in doing that, it pushed the finals back a week. So some of the teams actually complained because they had already organised holidays or work trips, that sort of thing. So there was actually players missing come grand final day.
Right.
For those reasons.
What'd be interesting to look at is round 18 and see who's playing who, and look at round 6 and see whether the teams might be playing each other 2 weeks in a row.
Play for double points.
Interesting. Let me just have a quick look at that for you, Charlie.
So round 18 is the last round of the minor rounds, and then round 6 is the one that we didn't get to play because of COVID.
In rugby, in the rugby league, also playing this season, Charlie, they have quite a few just bye rounds. The whole comp has a bye round, so they were able to play a couple of games in there. Right. I've never known a competition to have as many just bye rounds as what the rugby league did. But I guess that helps with player management, and if something happens, you can squeeze. You can squeeze in something. Just very unusual. I'd never come across that before.
Well, there's a terrific game in front of us. A real arm wrestle between these two teams. Southern District's up by 8 points at quarter time. Wanderers 6 goals to 3 in that second term. Put their noses in front by 9 points. Second half about to get underway here. Umpire stands in the middle with the ball. He's looking for the 6-6 setup. He's making sure he's doing a little mathematical count. He's pretty happy with things. I think he has some interest now.
Yeah, no, these two, the big forwards for Wanderers. So you can see Chillabere standing right on the goal, on this goal square.
All right, get us underway, Tash.
So Gallo against Priest again. Gallo's winning this one easily, but pretty even contest. That one comes down to districts. Lloyd Johnson nearly chopped it off. A good tackle as well. That's dropping the footy, so a good tackle on Ganley. So there's that man, Johnson. We want to see him in some Suns colours, don't we, Nick?
Yeah, my word, we
so
do.
Erlinson gives it out to Mitchell Taylor, running pass. That's his twin out there. Those two look so much alike. Fijo gets around. No, that's Cabillo. Cabillo has a shot on goal, and Simpson with the one arm gets up, but easily taken away by the Southern District's defence, and they're going to come away through Ganley.
So Ganley fires off the handball. They're up to centre wing. Farah out in space, plays on. He's got O'Connell on his hammer. Puts a bit of pressure on that kick. Newman can't get it. Swartz out in space, has Johnson on his hammer. He gets away from Johnson, slips the tackle, dances around two now, has a bounce, snap well around the corner. Here's an absolute ripper.
What a goal, Johnson. Terrific goal. It was Johnson that kicked it, wasn't it? In the end? Schwartz kicked the goal. Terrific. He's got one already, so he kicks the first or the third quarter. Wasn't that great, coast to coast? They won it back here in defence. Good spoil to stop the Wanderers player taking the mark. And then those players that were back in defence all ran forward. So they had a wall of them running forward, about 4 or 5 of them. They took it down the wing. Josh Farah got in the way with it as well, got his kick down the forward line. And that chase by, was it Lloyd Johnson who was chasing?
Lloyd Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, he went the long way, and because he should have figured out that the guy was going to go to his right, and rather than follow him around to the left, he got left behind.
Back in the middle, Gallo just manages to win that one, but down to Erlinson, gets a kick about 20 metres forward, goes back to Tottenham, back to Erlinson. So Joel Cabillo controls the footy, kicks it from 50, lowers his eyes brilliantly and finds Chillabere 5 metres in front of his opponent. He takes the mark, 45-degree angle. He's going to kick it from 40, Charlie.
He hasn't kicked a goal yet,
no, he hasn't.
Darren Chillabere.
He's presented okay, Charlie. Had a bit of a quiet one so far, but man of his calibre can come back and kick 5 in the second half, Charlie. This could be the start of it. So it looks good off the boot and straight through the big stick. So as we speak, Charlie's got his first, and a good start, a good response by Wanderers. So Wanderers are still in front, 8-4-52, Southern District 7-7-49.
I'll tell you what, Chillabere, when he kicked that ball travelled, he's about 50 metres out. It travelled about 10 metres and he was running.
Yeah, look good off the
clenching
boot.
his fist, saying goal. He felt as it came off his boot it was going to be a goal.
When he's on, Charlie, he's on. We've seen him kick the bags for Buffaloes back in the day.
Yeah.
And he nearly won them a grand final, Charlie. He nearly won them a grand final.
Didn't he miss a shot late?
Yeah, he did. That's what I mean. He came that close.
So back in the middle, Joel Morrison doing the work in the middle with the umpiring. Gallo wins that one down. Farah keeps it in front. Thomas Motlop mops it up to Cabillo. Centre of the ground, paddles it forward. Motlop to the tune of Matt goes off the deck. They've worked it inside, attacking 50 now. Southern District's backline under pressure, extreme pressure.
That was Fijo. Again, that speed, that closing speed.
He's a beauty, isn't he, Keelan Fijo?
There's a goal apiece early on in the third quarter. Wanderers 9-4-58. Southern District 7-7-49. 3.5 gone in the first quarter. Paddled out the back. Farah goes with the handball. Could have been a throw. 3 throws in a row. Let's make that 4. Paddles it forward. They keep going. There's Lloyd Johnson with those nice hands to O'Connell. 50 out. Through from behind.
Probably burnt Simpson then.
Yeah,
I
where
thought
was he going? He should pop that up in the air, really.
Yeah, he had a mismatch, Charlie Simpson, against the Southern District's defender back there in Driscoll. So Driscoll plays on, kicks it to Watts. Watts takes an uncontested mark.
Having said that, it was a beautiful kick by Bo O'Connell, wasn't it?
It was. It just faded, Charlie. That's nearly tunnelling. So, yep, free kick going the way of Wanderers. The advantage played now. They come forward to centre wing. It's Cabillo. Now that's Erlinson, sorry. Puts it up for the big men. At the back was Simpson. Got caught at the back. Then Matty Motlop has a shot on goal and gets it over the top. And Shillabeer drops the mark that he would usually take every day of the week, Charlie, and it trickles through for a behind.
I'll tell you why he dropped it, though. He's running into the point post. I reckon he
got a bit worried.
Very conscious of the point post.
Quick play on. It's Connor Bowden, left half back. I was just speaking to his father, the chairman, Sean. He wants the Crocs to get it together in this second half. O'Connell fires a hand ball over. Thomas Motlop again with the hands. Taylor finds himself up the ground. And that one's wrapped up. And umpire circling. It says my ball. I thought he was going to do him for holding the ball there.
So did I, Nick. I thought he was gone.
40 out.
Love to see Mitchell Taylor really cut loose in this quarter.
Both ruckmen go to ground. Thomas Motlop, Bowden, O'Connell with some heat, and that one goes over the line. 55 round out from the Wanderers' goal.
Such a busy player, Bo O'Connell, isn't he? He's just he just works the whole match. That's why he won the Nichols medal a couple of years ago, didn't he?
At the age of 18, Charlie. Such a promising player. Hopefully he can go further. We love watching him run around here, but hopefully he can get to that next stage, Charlie. So close to the boundary line again, and it goes over pretty much in the same spot. So another boundary throw-in, this time in front of the air conditioning box for Southern Districts. So Gallo, Priest, just playing off him, waiting for this ball to be thrown in. Comes with the run-up, does well, Priest. The back of Gallo, but Gallo gets back in, gets his own footy to the Lehman. Lehman just shovels it out. Erlinson ends up with it. Kicks it, it's half smothered. Then Joel Kibillo just lowers his eyes looking for Thomas Motlop, and he takes a mark. Tight angle, 45 degree, a tight 45 degree that is. But Thomas Motlop loves kicking him from here, Charlie. I've seen him kick many goals from this pocket.
Exactly, from that exact point where the 50 metre meets the boundary.
Yep, it just suits his kicking style as he throws up some blades of grass to make sure the wind, but there's absolutely none whatsoever looking at the flags. Gets to the paint of 50. It looks good off the boot, but he started it against this far, the nearest goalpost, Charlie, and he didn't look like kicking that one at all. So
remember
through for a behind.
That year when he kicked 10, there was a match where he kicked 10 goals. Remember that?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good player.
They're going to him. He's a go-to player in the forward line. He's busy. He's wandering around asking for it.
He can make things happen, Charlie.
Bowden to Watts. Left half back for the Crocs. Just pops it over the top. It works well. Finds Maney. He goes longer afield down the line. A nice contested mark there from Big Robertson. The big second ruckman. Plays second fiddle to Gallo. Goes long down the line. Bit of a weird one, but it's going to work. Finds Williams.
That was a terrible kick.
Wheels around on the right. Not the best kick, though. All Wanderers back there. Easily cut off.
Because he picked out Wanderers player down there.
Williams' kicking is just terrible this game so far, Charlie.
It's Nathan Jones-Cabillo.
Here's a little fella in Johnson, goes with the one bounce. He might get it back here again. Tipalura, the old 1-2, gets up to centre wing. The kick goes inside, attacking 50. Shillabeer out in front, just over his head. Southern Districts trying to cover back. Overcook it. Totham snapped. Nice tackle coming from behind. Simpson around the corner and sneaks it home. And Simpson has his third.
Gee, rove that beautifully, Ed Simpson, didn't he? He was the only one chasing that ball as it came out of the scrimmage, if you like, down there and got onto it. He's happy with it. It's a good goal. Fantastic kick around his body. Ed Simpson's got 3 and he's got more goals than anyone else today.
Yeah, I thought they'd actually stuffed that up, Charlie, but well done to Ed Simpson in the end for Wanderers. So Wanderers 10-7-67, Southern Districts 7-7-49. So they've got that 3-goal lead now, Charlie.
And it's very clear, Tash, when you're looking at it. Simpson, Shillabeer and Thomas Motlop are the players they're looking for up in the forward line, aren't they?
Yep. So they've put Motlop. I think he's just gone. Where's he gone now? Watching, because they're moving Thomas around a few places. He's just come off for a spell. So the umpire throws it up. Priest wins it, then shovels it out to O'Connell. O'Connell controls the footy well, picks it up at his bootlaces, gets it to Cabillo. Cabillo puts it out to Shillabeer. Shillabeer, 2 against 1. He was shoved in the back. The umpire says it was a hold. So the free kick going the way of Shillabeer. He's going to kick it from just outside 50. He loves them from this distance, Charlie.
Well, we're directly behind him up in the grandstand, so we can watch this come off his boot. The big number 30 kicked a goal already in this quarter.
I find that he's better from further out than what he is close range, so he just walks in now. As the starter, kicks it from 50. It's an up and under kick. Is it going to swing around? It does. It's a beautiful kick, but it's a... He's gone and decked it. I was watching the ball play. Did anyone else see what he did to the person on the mark?
No.
So he's gone, obviously done something, and he's actually given away the free kick, and it's been reversed, and no goal counted. That is a silly free kick.
That is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I was watching the ball swing, and I had no idea what was going on.
Totally missed that. Meanwhile, that's a strange one. Nice mark taken by Newman. No.
In the back.
Free kick coming back to Robertson.
He's starting to be a bit of a bother for the Eagles. They're going to, because he's a bit taller than everybody else, and they give away free kicks to him.
Yeah, he's a tall man. Goes with that awkward ball drop. Johnson with the one hand, just cuts it off. Can't bring it back in though. Crocs, they come across ground. That was through McQueen. And they might just turn it over here. The Crocs right in the middle of the ground, just on that outer side, and they have
stolen it.
Here goes Priest, the big man. Gets to 50. Banana. Awkward one, but it works. Finds JJ Motlop. He wheels around. Has something that he likes. And Bo O'Connell takes a mark. 30 out on a slide angle.
How many deliveries do you reckon Joel Cabillo's had into the 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, so many.
I reckon he's had about 3 this quarter.
Yeah, just alone.
He's 11 minutes.
Delivering him in quite well as well, picking off the players.
This man's been good too. Bo O'Connell now coming into the game more and more.
Lining up for his first, Charlie. He's played a handy game, as you say. Gets to 35. Kick on the way. He's right. Through for a behind.
Missed it.
So Wanderers 10-8, 68, Southern District 7-7, 49. We've gone 11.5 in the final, third quarter.
They're keeping him in there, Charlie.
19
These
points.
misses by Wanderers, I feel.
Well, that could have been 25 points now.
Yep, that just those extra 2 goals. So Bowden kicks it out, looking for that man, Gallo. Now it gets to him now. He boots it forward, but parked underneath it is the captain for Wanderers in McLean. McLean's going to switch the play. He's got a running player. That's Lloyd Johnson. How does it bounce? He paddles it to himself. Doesn't bounce too well. DeMamel's there. Ross as well, but Ross watches Lewis for Wanderers run away with it. Kicks it into the 50. Good contest with Fijo. Coming through the pack is McQueen. McQueen's run down from behind, but manages to get his kick away, but only as far as Newman. Newman then moves it out wide. Good mark nearly taken out there by Priest, and it is a mark. No, it's chopping of the arm, so the free kick is going the way of Sebastian Priest. He's 60 away from goal, wheels around, and the umpires called Dean Staunton because he did not stand on the mark. Charlie, he moved before the umpire called him to, so Sebastian Priest is going to be marched all the way to the top of the square. That's a massive 52.
Certain goal. Well, this will make up for the one that Shillabia gave away.
This isn't looking good for Southern District, Charlie, because Wanderers have just had all the play in this third quarter.
They've had a couple of little breaks from... They look threatening, for a short bit of a break, but here's this direct kick.
So Sebastian Priest kicks it through. It's through for a goal, but I don't think I've ever seen the umpire tell a player that's getting the 50-metre penalty to hurry up and get there and kick the footy, as he did to Sebastian Priest there. Especially when you're right in front, you usually run down there, Charlie, because you know you're going to get the goal.
Yeah.
Bit of a ticky-tack parade sort of set up too, waving to the crowd.
Yeah, it was just the umpire's like, come on, come on.
25 points the margin now at the 13.5-minute mark of the third term.
Yeah, Wanderers really getting a hold of them in this third quarter now. They did in the second quarter, 6-3 second quarter, 3-1 in this third quarter, Charlie.
They're down by 8 at quarter time, up by 9 at half time. Stretch it to 25 now, midway through this third term.
Back in the middle, umpire Mark Noonan throws it straight up in the air. Gallo wins it down for Crocs. Josiah Farah just flicks it out the side, rugby style. Gallo's going to get it back in the middle. The big man does well too. The big unit goes long to the top of the square.
Boy, you can kick.
Well read there from Newman. It was a good kick, Charlie. Thomas Motlop, right half back for Wanderers.
Thomas has been terrific in this.
Yeah, he's been a good inclusion, Charlie.
McLean over to Brenton Motlop. Gives it off to Thomas Motlop. Goes with the kick to the outer side to a 2-on-1. Simpson there for the Crocs, but the Crocs get numbers around the ball. And that's Maney. High up and under. It'll work. Rusker. He was busy in that second quarter. He's been a bit quieter this third one. Fires it in ball. Ball going inside 50. Fly from the side from Johnson. Farah stays up.
Oh, he
Sticks it
sprayed
left.
it.
He missed it. He pounced on that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He was running right across the face of goal, though, wasn't he? The left foot snap didn't quite work.
7-8-50 to 11-8-74. 15 gone in the third quarter.
So Wanderers with the quick kick out through McLean. Gets it out wide. That's a poor kick. Under a bit of pressure here, the ball's going to come back in for Southern Districts. They get it to that man Bowden. That's a poor kick from his standards. Ross goes without it. Ross has had a terrible game, Charlie. The Mammal takes the mark for Southern Districts in the centre square. Plays on, just puts it up and under, hoping for a mark. And Robinson dropped it, but then out of the pack, it's gone through for a goal. I'm trying to pick up who that player is. I think it's Schwartz.
Yeah, I think it is
I reckon
Schwartz.
it would be Schwartz. So in the end, they get a much-needed goal, Southern Districts. It was scrappy setting it up, Charlie, but in the end, they got the goal they needed, and Schwartz has his third.
Yeah, and Wanderers might have just lost a little bit of concentration there. They were dominating the game, but they just didn't work hard enough then when Southern Districts had it in their forward line, and Bo Schwartz was able to kick that third goal. So he equals Ed Simpson now, who's kicked 3 for Wanderers.
Yeah, Wanderers. Yeah, you're right, Charlie. Really dropped the defence there. We spoke earlier in the game about their back six, and of course they are missing Warwick Williams today, but they have held up well today. Just a little lapse of concentration on that occasion. Gallo straight down the throat, with O'Connell getting hold on to, and he'll get the free kick here. Young Bo will look to play on. Umpire asks him to play on now, so comes out right in front of the commentary box. Stokes, and that's 50 again.
Yeah.
So a couple of 50s in a row. We'll put Maddie Motlop inside 50, and we'll have a set shot on goal.
That's the third 50 from not standing. They're actually moving before the umpire's called play on, Charlie.
Well, I don't know whether Matthew Motlop stopped then. He was running, took the mark.
You've got to wait for the umpire.
I suppose he played the umpire probably should have called play.
Yeah, it should quicker. Yeah. But yeah, I might get that point before, Charlie.
Stokes, kick on the way, is right. Through for a minor. So Wanderers 11-9-75, Districts 8-8-56, 17.5 gone in the third quarter.
That was another gettable goal there by Wanderers. So they've missed a few easy ones. Could have really put the goals on the board, made it very hard for Southern Districts, but I feel they can definitely still win this game. So Bowden takes the mark. That's Connor. Gives it out to Lehman. Lehman goes further afield looking for Watts. Watts in front, but it was a free kick further downfield. So Watts goes back, centre wing. Needs to get it over the top. Luckily, it did. Gantley was there for Southern Districts. It's close to the boundary line. Erlinson takes it over. So just forward of centre wing for Southern Districts. They buggered that one up, Charlie. If they could have got it over the top, they were away. So boundary throw-in. Morris against Maddie Motlop. I think that's going in ruck. Don't see that very often.
Tash, we haven't seen that big one-quarter burst yet, have we?
No, not in this game, Charlie. Not in this game. So Simpson ended up in ruck. And he gets the footy back. Goes back to Thomas Motlop having a ripper of a game. To Tipalura, he couldn't take the mark. Fijo's there as well against McAdam. McAdam's been quiet in this third quarter. There's Bowden in there as well, Michael Bowden. And the ball's not coming out. The umpire's letting it play on. Let it go for a while. Tipalura comes out with it, then hand passes it to Matty Motlop, and kicks it through for a point. So called him Motti because that's what his brother's number plate is. Motti, Aaron Motlop.
They're blazing away a bit, the Eagles, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just the opportunities, Charlie, that could really cement this win.
Yeah, this game would be locked away by now if they'd kicked 2 or 3 more.
So at fullback now, Driscoll runs for about 30 odd metres. As with the long kick, and that one's straight out of bounds on the full. So Marcus Totham doing, as you can see if you're watching the vision, he's done a bit of leg work. Just a quick up and over the fence.
He's a good fence jumper.
Yeah,
he is,
very.
isn't he? This is very impressive, Charlie.
Needs to take up hurdling.
Yeah, he's sold a bit of candy here. Gets to left half forward, lowers the eyes. Schillerbeer can't take it. Bowden under pressure, fires a handball out. Priest paddles it forward. Fijo fires out the handball. Thomas Motlop slung to the ground. Umpire letting it go. And District's really feeling this pressure. But it might work, and it does through Swartz. Takes a mark.
They did well to get out of trouble then.
They did. Bowden goes back inboard. Just holding onto it here. The Crocs defence. Delahaye. Left back flank for the Crocs. Goes long down the line in Robinson direction. Sticks her hands out. Can't drag it down. Handball comes over the top and over the boundary line. We'll have a throw-in right in front of the commentary box, Joe.
They went to Robinson about 3 times this quarter, exactly in that position on the wing there, and each time he marked it except then.
Yeah.
So Morris against Simpson. So they chuck Simpson in the ruck, just pushes Morris out the way, but Morris wins the footy back. Joel Cabillo's in there, kicked off the ground by Watts. McLean fumbles the footy, was taken high. The umpire lets it go. Staunton gets it out to McQueen. McQueen wheels around on his left. It's a good kick as well. Finds not Josiah Farah, Ganley, sorry. Ganley squares it up. And little hands in the back. The umpire says play on. Gets it to Williams. Williams gets it to Swartz. Swartz can have his 4th, and he misses it. So he could have had his 4th goal. That was a gettable goal as well, Charlie.
I know, they're there. They can pounce on Wanderers here.
But they're leaving. There's just still in there. Southern Districts.
Motlop.
Nice kick.
To O'Connell. Left half back. Down the line to Thomas Motlop. Charlie McAdam there wearing him like a glove. They've turned it over here, the Wanderers. Ball comes up to 50. It's a mark taken by McLean.
Oh.
Asked to play on. Gets himself into trouble. Gets to 45. Kick on the way. Is a ripping goal from young McQueen. And he gets his 2nd for the day.
Gee, he kicked a beauty, didn't he, in the second term, and come up with a good one there as well. Got up off his knees and just sidestepped the Wanderers players down there, and from quite a long way out banged it home. So they're going to make a real go at them here, the Crocodiles.
Yep, 13 points, Charlie, and we've got a blood rule, so I think is that, not sure if it was Rusker.
Yeah, it's Rusker, yeah, down here.
Yeah, or Staunton. There was someone over there in that pack. It's not Motlop.
Well, Wanderers blew it out to
Staunton on his knee. Oh, you just get the water bottle and squirt that one these days, don't you?
Yeah, Wanderers blew it out to 25 points, but then Districts have kicked a couple of quick goals there.
Matty Cunnard's gone down to the bench for Southern Districts, the Southern Districts coach giving orders. So Morris and Priest back in the middle. The umpire throws it up. Good work by Morris, taps it forward. Erlinson's going to get there first. He's under pressure. Well sharked by Farah. Farah has a shot from 52. Doesn't get over the back of the pack, but kicked off the ground by Ross, and it hits the post. So a little bit more excitement is creeping in here to Southern Districts, Charlie.
Yeah, they're putting up a real fight here. Good comeback by them. Wanderers had them on the rack, I reckon.
Johnson has a bounce, couldn't pick it up, goes back and gets it now, fires off the handball. They're away now, the Wanderers. On that outer side, Newman fires a handball over the top to Wheatra. It's dealt with after he gets rid of it. They play on now, 60 from home. And that one's gone downfield. He got dropped after it, Big Priest. And free kick downfield will go the way of Simpson.
Oh, this is almost point blank range, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Simpson, he's, what's he done today, Charlie? 3 goals already?
Yep. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third.
And just that hard work of Districts getting that goal to creep it back could potentially be undone.
Here he is, the big man, Ed Simpson.
So 12 points the margin. Can extend it again.
Slight angle. 15 from home. This will really hurt the Crocs. Kick is good. And Simpson gets his 4th.
Good day out for Big Ed. He's the key player up forward for them. 4 goals from him today, more than anyone else out on the field. Bo Schwartz has got 3 for Southern Districts. But 4 goals to Big Ed. And Darren Shillaby down there has chimed in with just the one. Although Shillaby has had a fair bit of it, hasn't he? He took some good marks inside 50. And
he has it. And as your key defender, which one do you put your key defender on, Charlie?
Yeah,
At the end of the day, you know, and then if one's getting more of the footy, then you swap it over and then the other one does. So they're really two big, tall timbers down there, and they both take really strong contested pack marks, and they're both really good kicks on goal.
And Simpson's just, he's a bit taller, isn't he, than Shillaby?
Yep. And he chops out in the ruck as well when needed, which helps. So, look, Mansell goes back to Priest, doing a good job in the ruck against Gallo. Bounces in front of Fijo, picks it up. Well done, Fijo's already had one exciting goal already in this game, and he's kicked another. So Fijo kicks his third. Kicked 2 in the second quarter and now 1 in this third. He's on fire, and just his pace around the footy, Charlie, and there is the siren to end the third quarter. So Wanderers 14-10-94, Southern Districts 9-12-64. So 30 points when it was just 12 points 1 minute ago.
Yeah, amazing, wasn't it? It was 9 points at half time, down by 8 points at quarter time, Wanderers, up by 9 points at half time, stretch it out to 30 points at three-quarter time.
36, Charlie.
36. So they've kicked 6 goals to 3 in that quarter. It's the second time they did exactly the same in the second quarter, didn't they? 6 goals to 3. So they've kicked 12 goals to 6 in the last 2 quarters.
Yep, that's right, Charlie. Yep.
So it's 15-10. I've written 14-10. I don't know why. 9-10. So good quarter then, excellent play. D. Keelan Fijo, he's a super player, isn't he? 3 goals from him. His pace is just bothering the defenders down there. He's just so quick in and out of that play. Ed Simpson terrific with his 4 goals, and Justin Priest got a goal in that quarter as well. So the Eagles looking good, comfortable now, but there's still plenty of work to be done. And Southern Districts, well, they've just struggled so hard now.
Yep,
Both Shaw's got a couple.
Sorry, Charlie, they've fixed it up. So the scoreboard did have it totally wrong. It's 13-10-88 to Southern Districts, 9-10-64. So
we'll rewind then.
I don't think.
Gee whiz, I'm confused.
I'm totally confused.
That must be right.
So what are we? 24 points.
The goal umpires are making their way to the middle.
Yeah, let's wait for the flag.
They've both looked up at the scoreboard. Look.
Hang on, here we go. They're comparing.
It was 5 goals for Wanderers in that quarter, I reckon.
It was 5 goals to 3, Charlie.
Yeah.
That checks out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Quick maths. I'm not really a mathematician, Charlie.
Yeah, that's not my forte.
Leave it to the professional.
Make that 24 points.
Yeah, 24 point lead.
Needs the flag there.
You know what great mates Territorians can be. Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So they will. You can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know. So get a quote today. TIO. We're for Territorians.
Each year, around 43 people die and around 500 are seriously injured on our roads. Every club, every player, every spectator knows someone who has been affected by road trauma.
0 is more than just a number, it's a goal. Achieving 0 deaths and serious injuries on territory roads isn't a one-person job. Like in footy, on the field we play hard, but always have each other's backs.
On the road, it's the same.
We all have a part to play to get everyone home safely.
Remember, there's more to lose than just a game of footy.
This Saturday, we will be wearing the 0 Guernseys and yellow armbands with pride.
To honour those lives lost on our road and to raise awareness of road safety.
Kazali's Palmerston Club has been renovated. Come check out our brand new cafe, open 7 days a week. And with the new Kids Club, we are the perfect spot for a worry-free catch-up with friends. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gathering or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Simcoe, the beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
That's it as we
AFL
move
Northern
into
Territory
the
would like
last
to
quarter,
remind
88 to
spectators
Wanderers,
that
64
congregating
to
at the
Southern
team
District for the
huddles is
Towards
not
Zero
permitted
Road
during
Safety
the break.
round.
Footy loves his Southern Districts.
He's down there revving up the
Yeah.
runner from Nightcliff, giving him an almighty rev.
I did have a chat to him and see if he ever contemplated putting his hat in the ring for the Palmerston Magpies, but he assured me he wanted a rest, and then he's out there helping.
there.
So I'm.
How many people tell us that?
Yeah, I've got to have a bit of a word to him actually.
And that's that car, isn't it, he's talking to there?
Yep, Stewie Carr.
Stewie Carr.
Yeah, definitely. So Wanderers move it forward. Matty Motlop's taken by McAdam, gets it over to Thomas Motlop, just dances through traffic, then it lowers the eyes and finds
Beautiful
Bo
kick.
O'Connell just inside the 50. He's going to have a shot on goal. He's got a good kick on him. He's going to have to kick it, roost it, but he looks out wide, and Fijo got caught behind and in the back. So free kick going the way of Southern Districts, and they play on quickly.
And they sure do. That kick is a bit of a stinker, but it'll work its way up to centre wing. Cabillo goes without it, paddles it forward. And they'll just look to settle it here, the Wanderers, through Erlinson. And he turns it over. So left half back are the Crocs. That's a dangerous kick in the middle of the ground. Johnson jumps early.
Do you reckon that Matty Cannard told him to play out at every opportunity? Because that's what they're doing.
Yeah, my word, they have. Johnson with that handball over the top into Totham direction. Centre wing action. Spins into trouble on that occasion. Puts it straight up in the air. Thomas Motlop stands underneath it. Umpire says play on. Tipalura fires a handball back to Johnson. Off a step. Finds Thomas Motlop. 50 around from goal. Wheels onto that right foot. Erlinson. Centre half forward. And that's a bit of a miss kick, but Shillaby has got a fair bit of space. 50 out, on the right, high up and under. O'Connell stands under it, takes a simple chest mark in the end.
Simple, but courage, plenty of it. Goodness me. He was standing underneath that, wasn't he, Nick?
How did it reach his chest without a Districts player getting in there?
O'Connell drills it for the Wanderers. They get the first in this final quarter. They move to 14-10-94. Southern Districts 9-10-64. We've gone 2 minutes in the final quarter.
So that's Bo O'Connell's first goal for the day. He's had plenty of the ball up in that forward line, hasn't he? I thought he might have kicked a goal, but he hasn't.
He's kicked a few behinds, Charlie.
Yeah.
He's been close, but hasn't quite sunk it.
So that makes it even harder now for Southern Districts, doesn't it?
If they can get 2 on the trot, Charlie, they're potentially back in it, I feel, but next goal to Wanderers, and I reckon they're gone.
So they've got to kick 30 points to close this gap, and then it only scores level. So.
But I reckon that they're playing on at every cost here, so they're throwing everything to try and win this game, I feel. Matty Cannard's had a chat to him as the player comes off. I think that's Lehman looking worse for wear. Here's Farah. Farah on the non-preferred right foot. And Mitchell Taylor just well read against Robinson, just pushed him under the footy, and there's Thomas Motlop. He's near got to be best on ground, Charlie.
Yeah, he's
no
fantastic.
pressure with your 3-2-1 or anything.
No,
He
well,
kicks it up the.
I penciled him in.
Up the line to Johnson. It's a dangerous kick. It's 3 against 2. Watts just misread it. Well done to Cabillo. He whacked it forward 20 metres, and Dean Staunton got him in the ribs, but play on. So Jaden Watts comes away, hand passes over the top to McQueen. We've seen 2 good goals from him today. Dances around, kicks it from 52 metres, and it's through for a goal. He's got 3 brilliant goals today, Charlie. They will all be on the highlights reel, and he's got the much-needed goal for Southern Districts to keep them in with a sniff.
That's McQueen?
McQueen, yep.
Wow.
Another brilliant goal, Charlie.
2 brilliant goals from him, and a third that's almost brilliant.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but 52 metres out on 1 step.
Good effort from him in a team that's struggling a bit up forward. He's been terrific. Darts in and out of the play. He's a ground level player and can kick goals, which is a dangerous combination, isn't it, when you're playing against him?
Back to 24 points. Here's Priest. He's going to get it back out of the ruck. No, he's not. Clee. Priest. Wheels around. Has a bounce. Gets to centre half forward. 55 out. Just pops it up inside 50. And Southern Districts working well back there. Bowden. Lowers the eyes. Does well. Finds Johnson. So Johnson at centre half back. To Farah. And 50 metres. I thought that was a bit harsh from umpire Mark Noonan.
They're handing out the 50 metres, aren't they?
Yeah, a bit willy-nilly, Charlie. A bit willy-nilly. But if they're there, they're there. So Josiah Farah works his way up to centre forward from that 50 against O'Connell for the Wanderers.
Doesn't have much on, does he?
No, he doesn't. He wheels around, gets to about 60, goes with a long ball off the side of the boot. Robinson can't drag it down, paddles it forward, quick goal. Is it?
Ross.
It is. Ross. Well done. He gets his second. So they've dragged the margin back to 18 here. 14-10-94 the Wanderers. Southern Districts 11-10-76. We've gone 5 minutes in the final quarter, Charlie.
Yeah, it's interesting with Jonathan Ross. We saw him taking great big marks last week, kick 8 goals, and here he is doing the crumbing work down in the forward line. That's almost identical to the goal he got at the other end.
Very quiet tonight, today, Charlie, I feel, Jonathan Ross, but he can pop up in this last quarter and kick a couple. So they're still in it, Charlie.
Not much in it. 28 points?
No. 18. 18, Charlie. 18.
You leave
I'm bringing a calculator. So back in the middle, Priest gets Gallo. They get the next one. We've got game on, Charlie. Southern Districts, Farah. Can't kick it off the ground.
Especially if they kick the next one, Ted.
So Gallo moves it forward. Watts goes without it, but he paddles it to himself. Then Ganley gets in the way, gives it to Swartz. Swartz goes around, boots it through the big sticks. They've got the other goal, Charlie. There's 3 in a row to Southern Districts. They're 12 points behind. Game on now. Here we go. So Swartz has 4.
4 goals to Bo Schwartz, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and that one there, good build-up out of the middle. Wanderers, 10 minutes to go in that third quarter, they just sort of switched off, I felt, after giving such a wholehearted effort. They just sort of fell away as though the game was won. They've got a wake-up call. They've got some work to do now. 12 points the difference.
They kicked 2 in a row or 3 in a row?
3 in a row.
3 in a row. Holy dooly.
Ross Schwartz and McQueen.
Back in the middle. Oh, it's a real interesting one now. 12 points. 7 minutes gone in the final quarter. Umpire Mark Noonan just sorting out what's happening behind him.
It's like he's checking out his boots.
Were you saying they're not bad? Where did you get them from? So back in the middle. Handball goes over the top. Sharked. Out there, the ball comes inside 50 for the Crocs. Motlop with the spoil over the top. Johnson can't wheel it in. Can the Crocs get 4 in a row? They go to ground. Johnson for the Wanderers. Oh, sliding in over the top, giving away the free kick.
I think he was trying to get the feet, but that was definitely Newman's ball.
My word, it was Newman. Umpire says play on. O'Connell to Johnson. Johnson pops over the top. Bit of a hospital-style kick. But the mark taken there by Lewis. Goes on the left. Long down the line. It's a good kick and a good mark. Good use of the body from Fijo.
He's good today, Fijo. I'm impressed with him.
Wheels around on the right. Kick inside 50. Shillabeer in a one-on-one. Goes to ground. And he's got the free kick. Shillabeer I saw the arm lift up over the shoulder, and he's got a free kick for too high.
Okay, big question mark now. He's directly out in front. He's kicked one rather, and he's missed probably 2 or 3 that he could have got and should have got.
This will make it difficult for Southern Districts just when they have that run on of 3 in a row. Shillabee can shut that down straight away with this kick. On the way is good. He gets his second and extend that lead back out to 18 points. 15-10 at 100 to Southern Districts. 12-10, 82. We've gone 8.5 in the final quarter.
Yeah, and you know what? He deserves to have kicked a couple of goals today, Shillabee, from all the ball that he's had down in that forward line. But to come away with just 1 goal would be disappointing. 2's good, 3's even better.
So we're hitting the 9-minute mark of the last quarter.
18 points, 3 goals.
So if they can get one quickly here, they're still in it. Southern Districts, but if Wanderers get it, I reckon that's game over. So Tipalura is up against Morris. Morris has done pretty well chopping out in the ruck, and so has Tipalura. Tipalura wins that one and then nearly runs away with it as a midfielder. Smash it forward. Here comes O'Connell out of the pack. Kicks it up and under. Kick looking for a teammate in Lewis. Lewis goes hard at the footy. So did Bowden. Cleese there. He went without it but keeps it in front of himself. Goes back to Totham. Gets it out wide to O'Connell. Just finds the footy. Just gets in the right positions, O'Connell. That was a hospital hand pass to Nook Mansell, and kicking it back down the line. Underneath it's McAdam. Newman tried to push him out of it. Here's Williams, taken good marks, so that's going to be a ball up. This Williams, he presents well, Charlie, but just not kicking the goals, much needed goals that Southern Districts need.
Yeah, he's a big, strong man, isn't he?
Ball thrown up centre wing. O'Connell gets wrapped up, slung to ground. Umpire Joel Morrison saying, "My ball, let's do it again." Centre wing action. 18-point lead to the Wanderers. 10.5 gone in the final quarter. Tipalura back in the ruck. Can't get anywhere near it. Bowden rides a bump. McLean goes without it. Staunton inside attacking 50 for the Crocs. 1-on-1. Nice punch coming over the top. But giving away the free kick was Wheatra. And Southern Districts will go back and get that quick response.
This is Ross, I think.
And it is Ross.
Nicky's kicked a couple. He was quiet. He was on a slow burn. Kicked a goal in the first quarter and one in this last quarter, and here he is popping up again.
For goal number 3, Ross. Kick on the way is a good one. And they're back in at the Crocs. 13-10, 88. The Crocs. Wanderers 15-10, 100. 11 gone in the final quarter, Charlie.
Isn't it a great game? Only a couple of goals separating them now.
I want Districts to get the next one, Charlie, and then there's only a goal in it.
Well, they were 24 points down at 3/4 time. Now they're down by 12, so they've halved it. And they've poured on the goals. A couple of goals to Ross, 1 to Schwarz and 1 to Jake McQueen.
So back in the middle, Morris. The Wanderers have chucked Priest back into the ruck now. The umpire throws it up. Morris actually wins that one forward for Southern Districts. Staunton tries to take the footy off his own teammate. Now he gets back in there. Cadam goes hard at the footy, so did Mansell. Gets it to Erlinson, back out to Matty Motlop. Kicks it forward, looking for Simpson. Simpson uses his body well. Tipalura keeps it out in front. Lehman gets there, is dragged off the footy without it. The umpire let it go. Comes out to Swartz. Swartz gets it to Staunton. Staunton fumbles and gives it back to a teammate that also fumbles, but has time to get the footy away. DeMamel takes the mark. He can move it on quickly. He does. They're playing on at all costs here. Good mark by Williams. Wheels around. He's got a player all by himself if he can take it. He can't. That's McQueen. He loves kicking goals. He's got 3. He puts it absolutely away from Robinson and kicked it straight to Mitchell Taylor, who took an uncontested mark and plays on.
Right back pocket, goes with the long ball to Priest out there in a 1-on-1. Spins into trouble. Should have been holding the ball.
Yes, should have been.
Umpires put the whistle away. That doesn't matter. They've turned it over anyway. Crocs coming back inside. 50 fly from McLean from behind. Can't drag it down. Motlop paddles it forward under pressure. McLean goes to ground. Williams fires a handball over the top. Motlop standing there by himself for the Wanderers. McLean arrives. Taylor goes across the ground.
Cool, isn't he?
And just finds a target, and they'll look to settle it down.
So Wheatra goes further afield to Erlinson. They're still in the defensive 50 here. Wanderers are just slowing it down. As Nick mentioned, a few tired players out there. Up the line, the Simpsons moved forward. So he's far forward, so he's still half back to Lewis, but it's a poor kick and it's going to go over the boundary. So a boundary throw in around 80 metres from Southern District's goal. So a poor kick in the end. Simpson led a good 150 metre lead as he goes wandering back to the forward line. Umpire throws it in. Favours Morris. Priest comes from the back. Swartz is there first. It's going to go close to the boundary line again, and Connor Bowden takes it over. So we're going to have another boundary throw in just forward at centre wing for Southern Districts.
Charlie, is it too early to be holding on to the, I mean, what are we, 13.5 minutes in the final quarter? Wanderers looking to, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, too early.
Centre wing, out of side, ball thrown back in. Angley knocks it down. Erlinson held without it, and he'll get the free kick, will he? He will. So look to take a bit of a sting out of the game, although he moves it quickly. Spoil coming from behind, not quite in time.
Think you get 4 goals in front, maybe. 2 goals. They kick one, they're within a kick.
Need to keep attacking. Bo O'Connell on that outer side. Plays on now. Gets to half forward. It's a nice drilling low ball. Shillaby held on to, paddles it forward. Tipalura there. And he's won the free kick, has he? Big Shillaby, he has. Just a bit of a tug of the jumper, Charlie, when he...
Bad one to give away. He's directly out in front. And he's got his radar back on.
He does. He's
Darren Shillaby throws the ball on the ground. What's going on?
Oh, there's a player down on the outer side. I can't quite make out who it is.
I think that might be Lehman. Is it Lehman?
Lehman came off with an injury. You called it a little earlier on, I think, Tash.
Yeah,
it's hard to see on that outer side, isn't it? It's a Southern Districts player.
He's not moving. There's 3 people around him. Now the captain's gone over.
Well, Farrow's just done a fitness test on the sideline, so he looks like he's picked up a calf injury. He convinced the coaching staff and the physio down there that he's all right, but he looks very proppy on it, Charlie.
He is moving. Oh, he's now up.
Yeah, that's Lehman.
He's slowly walking off the ground here.
Ryan Lehman, is it an injury? Where's the injury? He seems to be sort of limping a little bit.
I saw Staunton stick the arms out, Charlie, for the stretcher straight away. So
maybe a bit of concussion, maybe, Charlie.
Oh, he might have got a hit up high. We didn't see it, of course.
No.
It's a long way behind the play.
I'll just see Big Ed Simpson doing some soccer tricks there with the AFL footy, which is quite a hard thing to do. Shillaby throws the ball back on the deck. Just waiting.
He's going to have to wait till this player goes.
Lehman comes right off, hey, Charlie?
Yeah, right off the ground. And who's waiting to come on there? Is it Maney, is it?
That's funny because a couple of weeks ago we were told by the umpires that they will not stop playing. It's a stretcher's called, Charlie. And they continued to play around a girl that was laying on the ground.
Out?
I've never seen, not out, but injured, leg injured.
Oh, really?
And they said they will not stop the game until a stretcher is called. So this just blows me away.
Yeah. He's in the hands of an official of some sort.
Yeah, he looks a bit groggy, actually, as he comes closer to the bench. Meanwhile, Shillaby.
Charlie McAdam goes on
to take the sting out of the Crocs attack. Kick on the way is good. Shillaby gets goal number 3. 2 in this quarter, Charlie.
Yeah, big quarter from him. 3 goals now. And just when Wanderers wanted, he had a long wait for that, long time to think about it. Maybe that's why he didn't want to hold the ball. He didn't want to think about it until he had the kick. But well done. He's getting a good pat on the back there from his big co-forward up there, and Ed Simpson. So between them, they've kicked 7. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
I reckon that goal does it for them.
18 points, yeah, not much time left.
17.5 minutes gone. So
7-goal quarter though. Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah,
might still be time.
Maybe.
They kick one in a hurry.
If it
Southern
was
Districts.
probably about 7 minutes left, you reckon?
If it was Tiwi,
7,
I'd
8.
say yes.
Well, they're waiting for the ball. It's absolutely got lost in the netting. Simpson's looking for it now. So you don't see this very often.
And the clock's still running.
There's no spare ball up that end. I actually did see an umpire come off with one of the footies that have been out there today. So they've got the wrong footy. Now here comes the right one. And there's the spare. So just a hold up in play. The time kept ticking away.
Southern Districts to be saying, come on.
Yeah, and then Noonan drops it as it's thrown to him. You don't see that very often.
The lights are on too. They look great.
Yeah, it does.
Big game coming up here, Nightcliff and
the ground
Darwin, I think.
Looks much better than last week, Charlie. A bit of rain. So Farah gets the ball back to McQueen. McQueen with that side step that he has, drills it into the 50. Lloyd Johnson gets there first, but Dean Staunton a good tackle. The ball was taken over first. Dean Staunton was pleading for a free kick, but it definitely went over the boundary line first for a boundary throw-in. So that's going to be taken about 48 around from the Southern District's goal, this grandstand side.
They're in good position here to kick a goal.
19 minutes nearly gone, last quarter. Wanderers in front. Mitchell Taylor gets it to Cabillo. Cabillo with Bo O'Connell running past, just read it perfectly, then puts it out to Shillabir. Shillabir lets the ball go over the top. Advantage will be paid here to Thomas Motlop. He has a bounce. He's in the corridor. He straightens up, kicks it into the goal square and just touched on the line there by Luke Delahaye.
He wanted one more bounce in, but
Yeah,
he was running across the field. He was making the angle even more difficult.
He's lost a little bit of that pace, Charlie. That's what happens with old age. I've been telling him that.
He's been good today, though. He's amongst their better players, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Thomas Motlop.
So Bowden receives a free kick for front on contact from Tipalura. Lowers the eyes are at right. Half back now, the Crocs.
The point's a handy one too, Nick. 19 points now.
Yeah, my word, makes it extremely difficult now. The long kick right in front of the commentary box just sneaks in and goes over the line. We'll have a boundary throw in right in front of us here, Charlie.
Indeed.
19 points.
It's been a good battle, hasn't it?
It's been a great game.
Yeah, good game of footy.
Plenty of highlights.
Yeah, definitely.
So Wanderers look set to have 3 wins in a row. 3 wins in their 3 games against Southern Districts.
Ball thrown back in. Priest wins that one down to Erlinson. Totham. He's a quick man. Oh, nice effort there. Motlop gets wrapped up by Bowden. That one goes over the line. Another boundary throw in.
A few tired players out there. Just hands on hips. It was very hot to start this game, Charlie, but the sun went down about halfway through this game.
The crowds look fantastic, don't they? It looks like we're building for some.
Yeah, I reckon something. Yeah, I reckon something's coming very, very later in the night, Charlie. So Totham gets it out wide, looking for Thomas Motlop. Read the footy well. Here's his experience, but well done to the younger player. And Jaden Watts holds up the footy over the top to Gallo. So in the centre square can go to Dean Staunton. He does now. Staunton delivers it into the 50. It's going to drop short, but no, from the back, Williams took it. I think Daniel Weecher thought he had that one, and the big man just took it over the top.
I'll tell you what, Charlie, he's kicked 4 behinds today. This is when you really want to nail it.
Want the goal.
I'm not saying anything. No commentators' curse happening here.
No.
So
good luck.
I've got the pen poised next to his name to put it.
Williams directly in front. It looks good off the boot, and he's missed it. So just has not had the kicking boots on for this game, Charlie, and 3/4 of the game last week.
The old commentators in the old days would say he's had a dirty day.
Yeah.
Dirty day.
My word, he has. Left back pocket. Taylor, long down the line. Lewis drops it. Stays in, though.
Lewis has been all right.
Yeah, he has been good. Just pops it around to Priest. Nice tackle. Plenty of pressure coming on the big man and holding the ball. Well done, JJ Motlop. No, go to Priest.
They just have so many fast players, Wanderers,
Yeah,
Charlie.
they're
Like
just
really,
quick, aren't they?
really quick players.
So Priest Wheels around on that right foot. Simpson does well.
One-handed.
Used the body beautifully. Plays on, snaps around the corner. Shillaby by himself. And he takes the mark. And he plays on. They're just toying with the Crocs defenders now. And the mark taken down there by Danny Clay. And he'll line up for his first.
Hasn't had a lot of the ball today, Daniel Clay, after such a big game.
It's been quieter, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Danny Clay to really put the nail in the coffin here for the Crocs. Crocs been good today, but the Wanderers class really shining through in the end.
Wanderers have played well, but Mitchell Taylor's had a bit of a quiet game, done what he's needed to.
Clay.
Yeah, good spread of players.
Awkward off the boot, but it doesn't matter anyway. It works. And they push it out to 4 goals now. And the Wanderers
doing, Nick, what good sides capable of doing. When they're challenged, they can come back and kick multiple goals, and they've done that. So it's a good effort from them.
So they're going to go to 5-2 after this, Charlie, Wanderers.
Yeah, they're thereabouts, aren't they?
And again, last time when they played, we said that, you know, you can keep some players down, but the others step up. And sort of was just touching on that with Wheater has had a quiet game. Mitchell Taylor, to his standards, has a bit of quiet game. But, you know, Brenton Motlop, we haven't, you know, spoken of him much, but you've got Newman that's really stepped up back there. They've missed Warwick Williams, I feel. He's going to come back into the team, but I've been impressed with young Lewis on the wing as well.
Yeah, it's been good, hasn't he?
For Wanderers. And here's that quickness. Bo O'Connell just comes screaming out of the midfield. Missed Shillaby. A couple of times that's happened. They probably need to get that right. That's come out of bounds on the full. No, it touched a player. I feel just that a couple of times they've gone over Shillaby's head. So it's either he's misjudging his midfielders, Charlie, with the quickness that they come out and the meters gained before they kick it. Yeah. There's just been that little bit of miscommunication. Yeah. I feel if they can get that right, very, very dangerous.
My word.
So Simpson out of the ruck again. Tries to kick it out but couldn't. McLean on all fours and they shovel it out to Bowden. Bowden will go to Watts. A good mark taken by Watts in front of Lewis. He looks inboard. They need to play on quickly. They've got nothing to lose now. Dangerous kick and well done by Wheater, who plays on quickly to Bo O'Connell. Comes inside the 50, has a shot on goal, and he's missed again. Bo O'Connell. He's kicked one already, but could have had a couple more today.
Yeah, he's been terrific though. He's been a really good player. So is Tommy Motlop. I think they've been fantastic, both of those players today for Wanderers.
Charlie McAdam doing the duties at full back with the kick out. Goes on the left. Finds a teammate on that outer side. Bowden to the tune of Connor. Drops a mark. Southern District's defence really under pressure now. That was good play off half back. They've worked it forward and they've worked it well. Southern Districts go inside 50. Nice little chipper out in front. And they free kick me. But now he is in absolute agony on the ground, Big Williams. Come down heavy on his shoulder by the looks of it. Oh no, it's not Williams, is it? They kicked the goal.
It's
all
Robinson. Yeah, I thought it was a mark.
So did I.
So you can't. There's no advantage played from a mark. So I'm totally confused.
So who kicked the goal?
That's a good query.
Was it Williams? Williams is getting the. Well, we can't mark that one in. We need a replay, Charlie.
we really need a replay.
Well, we're watching the player that went down. We thought that was where the free kick was going to be played, or a mark.
Yeah, I thought it was a mark. I thought he indicated a mark. That's why I wasn't even watching for the play on.
The goal was kicked.
Who are you going to give it to? Raffle it up. Williams probably needs one against his name, doesn't he?
P.U. Player unknown.
So we're back in the middle. Nearly 27 minutes gone. Game's just about over here. O'Connell off the ground. Watch his pace to get to the contest. Matty Motlop's had a good game as well today, Charlie. Back to McLean. Looks for Totham. He goes without it. And it trickles over the boundary line.
Totham was good earlier on, wasn't he? But he faded a little bit.
He's been good, Charlie, in patches. But that's just one of their quickness. They've got so many players that are so quick over the ground.
Yeah, just imagine if they all fired at the same time. We did see that, didn't we, in those first couple of games?
Yep. So boundary throw in. in the forward line for Wanderers. Simpson gets there. JJ Motlop's had a quiet game. It gets to him now to McLean. He has a shot on goal and through for a behind. So Wanderers 17-13, 115. Southern Districts 14-11, 95.
Minister Eva Lawler down there watching the footy. What a lovely lady she is.
Bit hot there. She's got her fan.
Yeah, she's got the fan cranking.
Her late husband was a great footballer, wasn't he?
Yes.
Tommy Lawler.
Tommy Lawler.
For Buffs. One of those really tough nut footballers.
Very, very good footy player, Charlie.
Southern Districts just trying to work it out of their defensive 50. As with a long kick. Wheatra with the handball to Totham. Wheatra nearly got it back. Lewis on the left. Just overcooks it. Just touched on the line. No, out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, Priest was there, but he just touched it outside the field of play.
So Southern Districts have been good today. You can't really fault them. It's just Wanderers have just outclassed them, really. Every time the Crocs have got a bit of a run on, Wanderers have answered well. Kick to the middle of the ground. Well, Mark Moon has paid the mark there. And they'll look to move it quickly on there now through Ganley. Kick up to half forward. Robinson flies from behind. Taylor under pressure. Nice spinning pirouette. Little pop over the top. Shepherded through and a goal.
Well done to Williams there to shepherd that through, but if I had the goal kicking yips like I have with him, I would have grabbed it and kicked it. Maybe that would have broken it.
Who kicked it in the end?
Duffy. Another one that's had a quiet game as well for
Yeah, didn't see much of him today.
Southern Districts.
But they're good team play. Good for the spirit of the team. Shepherded through.
We're definitely right about the longer quarter. The other ones have been about 25 minutes, if that. This is going to hit 30 minutes nearly. So a very long quarter, this last one, but Wanderers...
Well, we did have that injury time, remember that?
Yeah, and then they had to go try and find the footy. That time
right,
still...
that took a while.
Yeah, that took a while. So Noonan throws it up. Sebastian Priest wins it. Overran it. Then they get it out to O'Connell, the go-to man. Back to Priest. Priest kicks it forward over the head of McAdam. And it's picked up by Wanderers under pressure. Driscoll will get it now. He's taken good tackle. JJ Motlop gets there first, puts his head over the footy. He was taken high, but the umpire says play on. McAdam just kicks it down the line, hoping for a mark. It's close to the boundary line. It stays in. O'Connell's got it. He's usually dangerous in these positions as the siren goes to end the game. Wanderers are easy winners here at Marara. 17-13, 115. Southern Districts 15-11, 101. So... bit too easy towards the end there, Charlie. They ran out of puff, Southern Districts.
14 points in the end. So Wanderers trail by 8 points at quarter time, led by 9 at half time, 24 at 3/4 time, and then a 6-goal-to-4 last quarter with Southern Districts pegged them back and got within 14 points. But too good in the end, the Eagles, 17-13 to 15 goals a level, 15 goals 11, so the margin 14 points. Gee, some good players out there.